God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. I'm Judge Capper. We'll have reviews first, and those of you who have reviews, anybody out in the hall needs to come in for your review. When your name is called, come up to the table to your right. I'm going to review your file, see what progress you've made. All reviews.
Tiffany Phillips, Matthew Gonzalez, Tracy Cockrell, Todd Wise, and Tony Walters.
To the table to your right. Tiffany Phillips.
Todd West.
It's me.
Okay. You have something you want?
Yeah, it's a progress report.
Okay, good. 22680 is the case number.
No, I put it, I'll take a look at the focus.
Okay, thank you. Well, I've got email from Southern Hope saying that you left their program against.
I was referred out to Brighter Days. My counselor even came with me. It was that you would do.
Why'd you leave Southern Hope?
I had an incident with my house manager there, and then ever since then, it's been a kind of, and I can't get me to my trauma counseling appointments.
Is there anybody here from Southern Hope today? You got any, do you have any knowledge of this? Or?
I haven't got a discharge summary yet, so I'm not real sure on the events.
Okay. Well, Ms. Phillips, I want you to go meet with him, and let's come back after you've discussed it. You may need to touch base with your folks there. I want to report as to why she left. It just says she left against advice.
Okay.
Any details. So I'm going to recall you after you met with him. You were ordered to go to Southern Hope. So
I can go back there. I mean, if,
okay, go talk to their representative, and we'll have you come back. Okay, Matthew Gonzalez is not here. He's got several files, 22377, 22309, 22362, 22343. The warrant issued for failure to appear. Your name, sir?
Todd West.
Case number is 22527. Okay. I see you've done 1 day of community service.
Sir.
And you did, well, you paid off your,
Yeah,
paid off your fines too. Okay. So you've got some community service still left to do. Now, for your benefit and everyone else, listen up. There's going to be double community service days coming up, which means you get credit for 2 days for doing 1 day. March 23rd, and that's going to be a project here at the court. But you come here 7:30, March 23rd, you'll get 2 days credit for one. April 29th, it'll be a project at the Lawrence County Fairgrounds, but you still come here, report here, you get transported to the fairgrounds. We're going to do some work at the fairgrounds. You get 2 days credit for one. May the 6th is Union Township Cleanup Day, and you'll report here that'll be working with Union Township on their cleanup project, and you'll get 2 days credit. So that'll be a good opportunity for you. You've got 54 hours still left to do community service. So,
Could you write them dates down for me, sir?
see Mr. Cooper. Well, you can write them down. There's a piece of paper right in front of you. I'll give them to you.
Okay.
March 23rd, 323, 429, 5/6. Those are the dates.
Okay.
All right, your next hearing, you're fairly early into this process, so I'm going to give you a little more time. I'll make it May the 12th, your next hearing. If you get the community service done by then, you don't have to come back.
Okay.
May 12th, 9 a.m. is your next hearing.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Tony Walters was called, did not appear today, has not done anything, so there'll be a warrant issued. Tracy Cockrell has paid a substantial amount of fines, not complete. It hasn't done community service and didn't appear, so gets a warrant.
Aaron Sterling, Brandon Losey, Samuel Losey, Mark Johnson, and Clayton Dement.
Aaron Sterling,
Yes, sir.
son of OBI. You're at Riverside. Okay, it's a good report. Says you're doing good, doing what you're supposed to. How do you feel about what's going on?
I feel good about it.
Okay, good. All right. Says here you're going to go to a sober living facility some point in the future, and then at that point, I guess you'll be looking for a job and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
You got any prospects? Okay, well, we'll worry about that down the road. You still owe some community service and fines. If those dates, if he's able to get out, you get some double credit on some of those dates, if you can get him here for community service. I'll set your next hearing April 17th, and exactly a month. April 17th will be your next hearing. 9 o'clock. Okay, you're on the right track, Mr. Sirleaf. Keep it up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Brandon Losey, 22-17-64, 21-3000. Got some reports from OVP. Says you are compliant with what they want you to do and have had good screening, so very good. And you made a payment this month toward your fines.
Yep.
And it looks like your community service is all done.
Yep.
Okay. Good job. Keep it up. April 17 will be your next hearing, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Scheduler, I have to restart the scheduler. All right, Samuel Losey,
Yes, sir.
222620. And you're at Riverside Recovery.
Yes, sir.
Well, it says you had a bad screen the last time.
Yes, sir. I've been 5 weeks waiting to try to get my employment, and then my wife went in the hospital, and I had 3 left in my refrigerator, and that's what I did.
Okay.
And I haven't had nothing since then, and drank my coffee and my water.
All right, other than that, that one bad test that says you are compliant, so I'll give you another chance to keep a good record. I'll set you for April 17th also, 9 a.m. Keep going to your appointments and get a good screen.
Okay, Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I go back to work the first week of April, be full-time, and biggest part of the time, we'll work 5 to 6 days a week.
Okay.
And we're supposed to go out of town also, back up to Athens, and we'll probably go to Parkersburg, Clarksburg, Wheeling and
Who
stuff
do you
like
work
that.
for?
Rick Epplin Paving.
Okay.
I've been with him for 26 years. I'm his oldest truck driver.
I know him very well.
I don't know how that would work out with me going over to the place I've been going to.
Well, they can try to work with you on your schedule, and even if you're out of town, do you have a smartphone?
No, I just have an Android.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have people appearing by teleconference if you can figure out how to do that. Talk to Mr. Epplin. I mean, if you absolutely have to miss, then I would say get in here as soon as you can after you get back in town, because otherwise you're going to have a warrant outstanding for you. You don't want to be up in Athens and jaywalk on Court Street and an officer stop you and you wind up going to the Athens County Jail, because that's what will happen if you don't come to court and you get a warrant.
Yes, sir. What day was my court?
April 17th. And the other thing to do is just get everything done, and then you'll quit coming to these hearings. You know, that's the whole goal, is to get you through this, get it completed, you can quit coming, and you won't have to worry about it anymore.
Yes, sir. My boss told me that make sure everything was done up by the first week of April, and that's what I've been trying to do. But right now,
You might sit down and tell your boss, well, boss, I kind of screwed up. I got a bad screen. The judge wants me to come back, and he says that what he says trumps what you want.
Yes, sir.
And I know Rick, I don't know if Rick's your actual boss, you can say, have Mr. Epplin call the judge. And I
Okay.
think he and I can work it out.
Okay.
Okay, because this is pretty important stuff.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What time was I supposed to be here?
9 a.m., April 17th. Mark Johnson. Okay, Mark Johnson was called for, hasn't appeared, hasn't done anything on his case. So he gets a warrant. Clayton Dement.
Yes, sir.
22,684, 2212, 21,700, 21,823, 21,699, and you're at Hometown
Yes, sir.
Recovery. And you're about to graduate, or have graduated. Did you graduate?
The 23rd this month?
Yeah. Okay, it's a good report, says your screens are good, you're doing what you're supposed to. Okay. How do you feel about things?
Feeling pretty good.
Looks like you're pretty invested in it, because I think you're working at OVP now, right?
Yes, sir, yep,
Okay.
yep.
All right. Can you pay anything on your phones?
I paid $400 when I came in. I have the receipt in my pocket.
Okay.
If it's
I
not-
see it. I just didn't
okay.
see it when I asked you. All right. Good job. Okay, April 17th is your next hearing, 9 o'clock. Good work. Keep
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Danielle Renee Summers, Chad Reynolds, Jessica Neal, Taylor Bryan, and Tori Baker.
Danielle Summers. Danielle Summers not here. Are you Danielle?
Yes.
212640. Okay, you're at Bethesda.
Outpatient.
Is there anyone here
Changed.
from Bethesda?
Yeah.
Changed. I was doing outpatient at Bethesda, and now I'm trying to get on at OVP. So,
Well,
working.
you were ordered to go to Bethesda. Is there someone here from Bethesda that can give me a report?
Yeah, I can get a report together.
Okay, do you need to talk with Ms. Summers?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, go meet with the representative from Bethesda. We'll have you back when I get the report.
Okay, thank you.
Chad Reynolds. Is that Riverside? Is he more man to you? Warm. Is it warm?
Oh, sorry.
Okay. That's a lot better. Thank you. Okay, you got a full-time job now, so that's great. Good screens. In another month or so, it looks like you're gonna finish up with Riverside, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to pay anything on your phones?
Yes, I tried paying over the phone and couldn't do that, and I tried paying with a card. So I've got cash on my way in here this morning.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pay it off, yeah.
How much, you're gonna pay the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, you're getting close to being finished, and let's get a good final report, pay off your fines, and I think we can close things out.
Could we make it on a Friday if that's what you're doing? Please and thank
That's
you.
better for your work schedule?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do it April 28th. That's the last Friday in April.
That's my completion date.
Okay.
I'm supposed to graduate on Monday, and I talked to the house manager about staying until end of April.
Okay. All right, good work, sir.
Thank you.
See you on the 28th.
You have a good day.
You too. Jessica Neal?
Yes.
21-1873, 20-1489. And one of these is, you've got community service. And you've been at the VA. Are you still going to the VA, or what's going on with that?
Yes.
Okay. You've got community service to do. You've got 5 days of community service.
Okay.
So have you done any of it?
I've been having transportation issues
Where do you live?
in Huntington.
Okay. Well, Pea Ridge,
Yes.
it's not that far away. You gotta get here, you gotta get it done. You got 5 days, and you can do, if you do 2 of these double days, there's 4. You can get this knocked out, and this has been going on for a while, so this needs to get done. You got your fines to pay too. Do you have a payment on your fine?
I was going to make a payment this morning, but they told me to wait.
Okay, how much are you paying?
200.
Okay. Go see the clerk about that. I'm going to ask Ms. Rayburn to send me a report. I'm not going to hold you up until I get it, but she's the VA rep.
Okay.
Are you working now?
No, I recently got out of Western Regional, so I haven't got
Okay.
anything.
All right, April 17th is your next hearing.
Okay.
9 o'clock.
Thank you.
I should have a report from the VA the next time you come in.
Okay.
Go see the clerk. Tory Baker,
Yes, sir.
is that Riverside?
Yeah, I finished a couple months ago. I just never went and got that.
Okay, good.
I think I just have fines left.
Yep. Can you make any payment on those?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna do 25 today. And I may come to one of the double days if I can.
Yeah, you get
count that
$100
towards-
credit on your fine.
Yeah, I might just
One
do that
day. It's a
then.
pretty good deal.
Yeah,
You said 25?
25, yes, sir.
See the clerk, make your payment, April 17th.
Could we do a Friday for my work?
That is Friday, I believe. Let me check.
I think that's Monday.
It is Monday, so I'll make it the 21st.
Thank you, sir.
April 21st.
Sounds good, thank you.
You're welcome. Go see the clerk. Taylor Bryan. Taylor Bryan's been called, has not appeared, has not finished, and will receive a warrant. Okay, is Danielle Summers, has she talked to the counselor? Okay, not in the courtroom. So what about Tiffany Phillips? Tiffany Phillips? Okay, you all have had a chance to talk? Got a report?
You have your progress report too?
Yeah, I gave it to him.
Okay, so looks to me like you got kicked out for having some stuff you weren't supposed to have in your possession.
I didn't get kicked out. I left, I did have my empty thing of Sublocade, but I got it from the doctor. Like, it didn't have a vial or anything on it. Because I thought the Sublocade was gonna work on me, and I have this, like, recovery scrapbook. I know that sounds really petty, but I thought Sublocade was gonna work for me, but it didn't.
You know if that's correct or not? John?
From my understanding, all I'm aware of is that They found some, we keep our prescription medications locked up, and they found some in her belongings, and instead of getting in trouble, she chose to leave so she wouldn't get in trouble.
But I do have someone from Brighter Days here with me too now.
I am here with her.
Okay. Well, at this time, she's gonna go into custody, so
Okay.
I'm placing her in the holding cell. Yeah, I'd like for you to stick around.
I will.
We're gonna deal with her at the end of court, but you're gonna be
Okay,
sitting in the holding
I'll
cell.
stay in here and wait.
Thank you. I'll have you back out later, but for now, you're placed in custody. Okay, that finishes up the reviews. Next are arraignments for the new cases, or if you missed the hearing on an old case, you're ready to call those arraignments. Everyone who is a defendant in a criminal case has a right to remain silent. You don't have to make statements. But if you do make statements, it's all on the record. So if you get up and blurt out something that's damaging to your case, well, it's down on the record, and the state of Ohio can use that against you. You have a right to have an attorney. You have a right to have one appointed if you're facing jail time. If it's a jailable offense, you can get a court-appointed lawyer if you qualify financially. You have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Those are rights that all defendants have. If you enter guilty or no contest, you're waiving those rights. So don't do that. If you don't understand what's happening, if you're confused, if you want to talk to a lawyer, if you want a trial on your case, you need to enter a not guilty plea. Don't enter a guilty or no contest plea because I just want to get it over. That's not a good reason to enter one of those pleas. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Nathan Doss, case number CRB 23-154.
All right, Mr. Cummings is going to be representing Mr. Doss.
That's correct, Your Honor. We'd waive reading, enter a not guilty plea, and he's appeared voluntarily, so we'd ask for no more bond.
He can sign a $1,000 signature bond.
Yes, I can.
Not guilty plea is entered. Do you have a preference for a pretrial date?
April 3rd, Your Honor. I know I'm here if the court has room.
Okay, that'll be fine. April 3rd. April 3rd at 10 a.m. will be the next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Not guilty plea is entered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Austin Hensley, case number CRB 23-117.
And sir, are you Austin Hensley?
Yes.
Mr. Hensley, the state's filed a complaint against you. Have you received a copy of it?
Yeah.
It alleges an assault charge against you. It is alleging that on February the 11th of 2023 in Perry Township, that you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Hannah Bowles. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
Do you understand the rights you have?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to the charge?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What do you do?
Work in South Point Construction.
Are you paid by the hour in that job?
Yes, 14 an hour.
How many hours a week do you work?
40.
Do you have any dependents? Do you have children or anyone dependent on your income?
I have 2 kids.
Okay, you're going to be eligible for court-appointed counsel then. I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. He is here, so we'll have him come in the courtroom and introduce you.
Hello, Your Honor.
Mr. Stratton, this is Austin Hensley. He has an assault charge. I've entered a not guilty plea for him. He can sign a $1,000 signature bond. Does the prosecutor have anybody in there about protection orders? They want a protection order.
Your Honor, Ms. White is getting their file. She's getting their file.
Okay. Do you have a preference for a hearing date, Mr. Stratton?
Your Honor, it's up to the court whenever. I don't have anything, no pressing jury trials coming up this next month, so.
How about April 7th or 10th?
The 10th would be fine, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to set pre-trial for April the 10th, 10 a.m. What's the state's position on, should there be a protection order issued here?
We are requesting a protection.
Is there any problem with you staying away from Hannah Bowles?
That's no problem. Like I said,
You don't live under the same roof or anything? Okay, your order to stay away from Hannah Bowles. You're going to sign something that says that you will. And the other thing I want you to do, or not do, is don't post anything about her on social media. Don't post things on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. The Chinese don't need to know more about this incident, so they're gathering all this data.
All right.
You post it, so, and the Bowles might see it too. So I want things to stay calm. I don't want there to be something flare up because you posted something on social media, so. Next hearing is April the 10th at 10 a.m.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Watkins, case number TRD 222241, A and B.
And ma'am, are you Brittany Watkins?
Yes.
Looks like from what I'm seeing here in front of me, you were supposed to be here for a hearing on Monday, last Monday, and you
Yes.
didn't appear?
Yes, I was actually told by a staff member that was present here that day. With my other case going on, I kind of lost track of this case, so
Okay. You've got fine, really all you've got left to do is some fines to pay. Do you have a payment on your fines?
I currently, with me being in treatment, I currently,
Where are you going to treatment?
I'm at hometown at the moment.
Okay, so you're local here.
Yeah,
Is that by court order or is that on your own?
no, court ordered.
From common pleas?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, well, your sobriety is #1 priority right now. So we'll work with you on that. And the common pleas is our court here in Lawrence County.
Yeah.
Common pleas, okay. So since they're supervising you, I'm going to give you 2 months before you have to come back.
Okay.
Let's make it May the 19th. May 19th, you gotta be back here. And I'll work with you as long as you're doing well in treatment, but at some point you gotta pay this fine too.
Okay.
Okay, and you can work it off. I mean, if you can get free and do some of these day clinics, passing out, you get double credit. You get $100 a day credit for doing March 23rd, April 29th, or May 6th.
Now, if I'm willing to do community service, how will I set that up?
You just show up here, 7:30 a.m., Monday through Saturday, and you get credit. Normally, we get $50 a day credit, but on those days, we're trying to get as many people out as possible, give them double credit.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jamie A. Baker, case number CRB 23155.
Sir, are you you Jamie Baker?
Yes.
Mr. Baker, there's been a complaint filed against you for domestic violence that alleges that on March the 16th of 2023 in Fayette Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Rachel Ellis, and that Rachel's a member of your household or family. So that's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
Do you understand the rights you have as a defendant?
Yes.
How do you plead to the charge?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true, and by doing that, you waive the rights to have a trial, to have a lawyer, to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm assuming perhaps that this is Rachel here,
Yes.
and what is your relationship to Mr. Baker?
I'm his girlfriend. We've been together 3 years. This is the first instance.
All right, so he's pled guilty to this. What, is there anything you would want to tell me before I sentence him?
Yes, he is recently out of a hospital stay. He has a diagnosed mental disability, schizophrenic multiple personality disorder. He's on record with King's Daughters. He is currently undertaking new medication. He did seek medical attention yesterday instead of going to jail, and he was discharged, ordered to follow up with his physicians at Shawnee. So this is just something that we're working on, and it's not been an easy thing, but we've been together 3 years. His mother lives right next door to us, so she actually owns the house that we live in. It's 3 separate apartment units. His mother, we live next door, and then his sister lives upstairs. We're in communication, and we're just trying to find something that works for him. He's actually had a history of improving, and he's not been a lot less violent since we've been together, in all honesty, and he's just got a lot of stuff we need to work out with, and we just need to bring all this up with his doctors at Shawnee.
Well, from the way you're talking, it sounds like you plan for this relationship to continue. Is that correct?
I've invested. I mean,
Well, I'm not
Yes,
judging that,
yes.
but I just want to,
Yes,
because a lot of times people want an order for the other person to stay away or whatever. You're
No.
not seeking anything.
no, because this wasn't his fault. This is not him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to propose to do then is, Mr. Baker, you've been a patient at Shawnee before this?
Yes.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delay sentencing. I'm not going to sentence him today. I'm going to direct him to return to Shawnee, which apparently he's already doing.
Yes. We just got to make an appointment.
I would like to have some reports from them, and I'll consider what they're saying, and then perhaps maybe even divert this and not put it on his record. Because one of the things about domestic violence is it's kind of like we call it OBI or DUI charge. They are progressive in the sense that once you get one, then the next one's going to be, in terms of the severity, the next one would be considered a felony.
Yes.
So, which has much more serious consequences. So, I'm not saying I would divert this one, by that I mean dismiss it, but I'm not taking it off the table either. And the more convinced I am that you're committed to remaining in treatment and dealing with the issues that you have, so it doesn't happen again, then the more likely I would be to divert it and not give you a record on this case. And it sounds like, I see you shaking your head, Ms. Ellis, that you're in agreement with that proposal.
Yes, his mother and I are very close contact with it, and she's the number 1 contact, I'm the second contact. So I'm usually the one that takes him to his appointments and everything. So that was actually, it all happened yesterday, so we haven't actually had any opportunity to schedule any appointments.
Well, what I would direct him to do is he needs to make his counselor at Shawnee aware of what's going on.
They are aware. I immediately called them as soon as everything happened and the officer left the house. And so we just need to call them and let them know what's going on as of current.
Okay, and then get back in there and schedule some appointments, and then I'd like to see a progress report when he comes back, and I'm gonna schedule that for approximately a month out. Yeah, let's do it exactly a month. Does it matter? Are you working then?
No, but his mother provides transportation. I'm on her insurance, so I drive her car, so,
So you could be here Mondays or Fridays, doesn't matter which day.
Mondays are better.
Okay, let's do April, I was gonna do April 17th
Okay.
anyway, and that is a Monday, so
Okay.
April 17th, I'll set this for a sentencing.
So,
hearing.
like, after, like, 9 o'clock's pushing it because we have to put the kids on the
It'll
bus?
be at 10.
Okay, perfect.
He can sign a $1,000 signature bond, and that just means you're signing a piece of paper that says you promise to come to court as you're ordered to, or you'll pay a $1,000 penalty for not showing up. Okay. Any questions about what you need to do?
Nope.
Just go for your appointments and bring me a report. Tell them the judge wants a report, please bring that with you when you come back. Okay, that's all, you're free to go.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Paul Browning, case number CRB 23156. Paul Browning.
Well, Paul Browning's been called for, he has not appeared, but I had no proof of service in the file. I had nothing showing that he was served to be here today, so I'm going to pass it for service.
State of Ohio recall Danielle Renee Summers, case number PRC 212640, A, B, and C.
Okay, so will we get a report from Bethesda?
So she was discharged on 7/18 for non-compliance issues. She went to Land of Goshen, she completed there. I spoke with her
What was the
outside.
date that she was discharged?
7/18.
Oh, so it was last summer.
Yeah.
Can I say something? I think what my problem was is after I completed Land of Goshen, I didn't follow up with outpatient. And that's what I was trying to say a minute ago about OVP, but I got nervous, couldn't get it out, what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I don't have anything, the only reports I have are from Bethesda. I don't have anything since you were at Bethesda.
Yeah, I went to all my court dates and stuff. I had Land of Goshen here with me.
Okay. Is there a representative from Land of Goshen?
Oh, no, not today. I completed there.
Okay. I don't have anything showing you completed at Land of Goshen either. The only thing I have is from Bethesda. The only reports I have. Okay, I need something from Land of Goshen. If you completed your program there, I need a report from them as to what you did and why they considered you completed.
Yeah, I was even in their sober living house and got on my feet.
Okay, instead of getting a report for today, I'll accept a urine screen. So let's do a urine screen, and if that's clean, that's all we need for today. So we'll do a urine screen.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we're ready to start the pretrial document.
Pretrial, you're for a pretrial, you can order at this time. State of Ohio versus Bryce Butcher, case number TRC 193992, A and B, and TRD 201619, A, B, and C.
And I need Mr. Smith and the prosecutor, need the lawyers to come in the courtroom.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. This is Bryce, is this the case that was in common pleas?
It was, Judge. I think it's here too. I think there was I'm a little confused, but I think I'm right. It's here on a pretrial on a DUS. Of course, it was on an electric scooter. I think you have to have a license for it.
It looks like, I don't know if there's another case file that I don't have, but the ones I have, he's been sentenced on, so it would be pre-trials on review.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, because the one about the scooter was a stand-up, it didn't have a seat on. It's one of those kick scooters.
One was an OVI from 2020, and then there was a driving under an OVI suspension from 2020.
Has he got community service still to do on those, or fines, or you on the review stuff?
Community service and fines.
Oh, no, where are you on that? It's not far out.
And he was ordered to treatment then. That's my understanding that since then, he had a possession charge, which is in common pleas, and they were into treatment.
Yes, Judge, that's correct. That was just this past Wednesday. And he's already met with probation, John Sexton, and Ironton.
Yeah, I'm currently in treatment.
And Judge Ballard ordered, and he had an OVI offense there that Judge Ballard, now, I'm a little bit confused about that, whether there was a plea. It's my understanding that there was a plea taken that he sent back here for sentencing.
And I'm not sure you can do that, but I didn't argue.
But he did. So, I mean, are you going to, I mean, you're the one that can object. Well, I guess the state can object too, but I don't know, it's in their interest to object. But if you want to object, we'll get into the legal weeds and see if that's even allowable.
Could we set this out, or let me do some research, Judge, on it instead of, if you don't mind?
Order it back to him.
Well, my name will be Mud, but yeah, it's your call. I hope not, but yeah, if we could just.
Well, let me just put this out there.
I'll find
you
out.
can see my thinking, and then that may factor into how your client wants. Ordinarily, what I would do if the whole case had stayed here, and a lot of times it does, the felony never goes to the grand jury, it stays here with the OVI. And typically what we would do, or what I would do in that kind of situation, it looks like the most pressing need for Mr. Richard is to get sober, clean and sober, and get in recovery. So what I would do if the case does stay here, is delay the sentencing. Let him do his treatment. And the more he convinces me that he is in recovery, and the more work I see he's done, then the more leniency that I'm going to give him on the sentence for the OVI. Or you can convince me that I have no jurisdiction to do this, and I can tell Judge Ballard he's wrong, that Roger Smith has done the research on this, and Judge, you are totally wet on this, and he's demanding that I send it back to you for sentencing. When you put it like that.
Well, I'm between a rock and a hard place. If we could go out a couple weeks and let me find out, but I think that we're going to get resolved one way or the other.
Okay, so
let me see.
That would be around the 31st?
Yes, and I think that's a good date. I know the 27th, 28th I started trial, but I think that Friday I am actually here. Let me double check.
Okay, so we'll set it for a pretrial March 31st.
Yes, I'm here for 2 other pretrials that day.
Okay, March 31st will be the next hearing.
And I'll talk with John. Okay. So, yeah, go ahead. Go talk.
State of Ohio versus William Joel Myers. Thank you, Your Honor. Case number TRC 222712, A and B.
I see his initials on the TV screen.
This is your case, Mr. Smith?
Hey, Judge, he's
Joel Myers.
in Toledo. He's
okay.
Should be.
Okay.
Is that you, William? Okay.
Let's, I can get your video up here.
Sarah said she
All right, Mr. Myers, are you there?
There he is.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Your Honor, this is one that I had actually spoke with Mr. Hill last night a little bit about, and I learned something today. If I don't request the DVD discovery, the state doesn't automatically have that, so I was going to have Philip look at the DVD, but it's not been downloaded to their system yet. If we could come back the 31st, I've already filed for discovery. They've got a copy. Sarah said she can get the download so I can go over to Mr. Myers.
All right, at defendant's request, hearing no objection from the state.
No, we're okay with that.
Case is going to be continued to March 31st for another pretrial at 10 o'clock. Mr. Myers, did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can appear by teleconference at that time also.
I'll give you a call, William, before then. I've got your new address now, too. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recalls Danielle Renee Summers. Case number PRC 212640, A, B, and C.
Danielle Summers. Well, I kind of had a feeling. Looks like we're back at square one.
Sir, can I say something?
You may. Have you seen the results?
Yes, I have. I knew they wasn't going to be good. I needed to follow up with outpatient treatment once graduating, and I didn't. Everybody says you should always follow up with outpatient, and I thought I had it. But I haven't got on that scale of losing control, like it's only happened a couple times of using.
Well, you tested for several. It wasn't just one or two things. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that I would consider contraband you tested for. So, what's your circumstance now? Are you working? What's going on with you?
I start work at Big Lots, actually, tomorrow. They'll put me on the schedule, and I can show proof of that if you
Do you have
need me
children?
to. Yes, I have one son, he's 5. I'm actually in a process.
He's with you? Does he live with you?
No, he doesn't live with me yet. That's what I was going to say, is I'm in the process of getting him back in the home. So I also go to court in Ironton.
So you got a case with Children's Services?
No, not Children's Services. Someone had, whenever I was in treatment, got a lawyer and got custody of my son. So,
Who got custody?
it's the grandparents,
Okay. Well,
temporary custody,
your parents or the
the dad's parents.
paternal grandparents? Well, we've got a lot of work to do, and I was just at a seminar this week that tells me, tell you, and I think it's pretty much common sense, but you're having an impact on your son.
Yes.
Your substance use is having an impact on him. So if you need motivation to get clean, think of him. Because we know, statistics tell us, your use will make his substance use more likely in the future. Now, that should motivate you to do whatever you need to do.
Yes.
And the longer it happens, the greater the odds are. So, I think we need to send you back to Bethesda. That's where you had the best success.
Well, I have an appointment at OVP.
For inpatient?
Yeah, me and, not inpatient, this would be outpatient.
Well,
I've only just relapsed, Your Honor.
Yeah, but you relapse in a big way.
Right, but
I mean, one of the substances in here is fentanyl.
It had to have been something sorry.
Last year was the highest overdose death rate in the United States, and I attribute that mostly to fentanyl. And the thing is, you can't take anything off the street and be assured that it doesn't have fentanyl in it. It's like playing Russian roulette every time you use a street drug, because it could have fentanyl in it, and fentanyl can take you out.
That's what happened then. Yes.
I would agree that you go to OVP inpatient. If you don't want to do that, I want you to go back to Bethesda outpatient.
I'll go to
Is there a reason you can't do that?
I would just rather see if.
I'm not asking about your rather. I'm saying, because here's the other option, jail.
Right, I don't want that.
I wouldn't think so. I don't want that for you either, but we gotta get serious. You haven't been serious so far. You were serious for a while, and then when the pressure let up, you went back to, you relapsed. I mean, that happens, and fortunately, you didn't overdose, because I can see a lot of people, when they relapse, big danger of overdose then. Okay, so we have somebody from Bethesda here, right?
Yeah, he was helping me with the OVP.
I want you to go to Bethesda. Is there a reason you can't do that? And I'm going to let you try outpatient initially because of your child. But I'm going to have you on a short leash. I want to see 2 weeks of you at outpatient, and I want clean screens and a good report. And if you do that, I'll let you stay outpatient. If you don't do it, if you're still testing dirty, inpatient.
Thank you.
This is what you got to do.
Yes. Thank you.
You're willing to take her outpatient?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's where she had success before, early. We got to get a handle on this. No more playing around. You agree?
Yes.
Not just for you,
My son.
but for your son in particular. Okay. So I want you to get serious about this. You think about him the next time you're tempted to use, think about your son.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to see you on the 31st of March for review, and I want a good report from Bethesda. And if not a good report, we're going to look at inpatient.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Smith, case number CRB 22741, A and B.
This is Mr. Smith's case, set and free.
It is, Judge.
We discussed bumping me up to the color thing and just to finish it off to see how it does then for that month. And they said if I do good, they'll take me out within the month. Thanks.
What says the defendant?
I would have to ask him directly, Judge. I read the report. It's not a glowing report. It's not the worst one I've seen, but there's some issues there that he needs to address. What situation of marijuana?
I just made a mistake one time.
When's the last time you made a mistake?
It was 5 5 days ago.
And alcohol, tested positive.
No,
for
yeah, alcohol, yes, but
Yes, sir.
that was 5 days ago, it's gonna be at
I
least.
mean, my bottom line to me from this report is you're not taking it seriously yet.
And we've agreed to increase his level of care from level 1 to 2.1.
And is he agreeable?
Yes, sir.
He is,
We
Judge.
we discussed it and everything, and I understand
Okay.
everything.
All right, so you'll have more sessions to do.
Yes, sir.
Let's get a good report next time you come back.
Yes, sir.
What's your schedule in April? Mr.
I know a month out, I'm here the 19th, I could look before that. I know the last week is not good, I have a week-long trial with Judge Finley, but let me see what I have before.
About the 17th. That's a Monday.
The 19th, I'm good.
Well, that's a Wednesday.
That's common, please, yes. How about the 7th, yeah.
17th?
The Monday, yes.
April 17th will be the next hearing.
I'm looking at the time. It's a month from today. Marijuana should be gone by then.
10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I agree.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Michelle D. Terry, case number CRB 22818.
This is Mr. Smith's case, set for the
Yeah, she says she will. She called this week. Set it for trial.
Well, you want her to get me a video or something. That's fine.
Judge, as I understand it, the alleged victim is in Oklahoma. We'd like to set this for next week. My client has now been put off work while this charge is pending. Obviously, we think there's nothing there, but we'd like to do it sooner rather than later. The state thinks they can have her here. They've made contact with her recently. If we could have a pre-trial next week.
Okay.
It might be crowded, but I hate it because she literally cannot work until this is resolved, one way or the other.
One of the things, Your Honor, is that it was indicated previously that there was a video that we should be able to look at, maybe that provides a defense or something, and we want to see that. Also, obviously, if we're going to have a trial at some point, we will make sure our victim is here if she wants to pursue this.
But she moved to Oklahoma, or?
That's my understanding, but I don't know for a fact. But
We tend to think she's not coming back, but I know they have to explore that.
All right, March 24th will be the next hearing at 10 o'clock for pre-trial. Have the complaint party here, or appear by teleconference, or have some word from her.
we will definitely have spoken with her again, although we have, and she's made her opinion very clear to us. What I want to see is the video so I can assess it from all angles.
She has sent it to me, I'll send it to you by the end of the day.
Okay.
So you'll have it. I thought I'd done, apparently not, but you'll have it, so that'll give you time to look at it. I'll do it.
Next Friday, 10 o'clock, is the next hearing.
See you next Friday.
State of Ohio versus Charles Wheeler, case number TRC 23102, A and B. Companion case, State of Ohio versus Nikki Wheeler, case number TRC 23104, A and B.
All right, Mr. McCann is representing both defendants and sets for pre-trial.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
Are you actually going to file a suppression motion?
Not yet.
Let's just do it on the pretrial.
What about him?
We can do it on, no, let's just wait for both of them.
Your Honor, we need to explore a couple more things on Ms. Wheeler's case. It's my understanding the prosecutor would like to keep these scheduled together before we do that. So if we could have another date here.
What time frame are you looking at?
They've provided all of their discovery to me, including multiple videos. I need to sit down with them.
I would prefer to go into April at some point.
We can do that, Your Honor. I will be out around Easter, so if we want to keep it on a Friday.
The 7th is Good Friday, I think.
Yeah, it'd be the 21st would be because we're out completely the week following Easter for kids' spring break.
That's fine. You want to do the 21st is the next one?
And we'd waive time, obviously, Your Honor.
Okay. April 21st, both these cases will be set for pre-trial then at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Casella, case number CRB 23114.
This is Mr. Stratton's case. It's set for a pre-trial.
Hey, Chris.
Come over here.
Your Honor, this is a theft case, so we'll still need to get the video. So we'll set for another pretrial, maybe that April 10th, and then we'll get a copy of that video.
Finished request, case is continued to April 10th for another pre-trial. Get discovery.
Okay, don't leave yet. Okay. April 10th. Go out there and stand. I'll be out there in a second. Okay.
State of Ohio versus Lance Davis, case number CRB 2350 A and B, CRC 2339 A, B, C, D.
Lance Davis.
Lance Davis.
You're
appearing by telephone.
Yes, yes. There was some issues, some health issues this morning, Your Honor. I think it was health issues. I've got two of them appearing by video conference this morning. Yeah, this was health issues. As of right now, I just ask that we reset this since he's not present and just appearing by video.
Okay. April 3rd? Is that a good date?
April 3rd is fine, Your Honor.
So we're running into time issues.
So depending on waive time.
We'll waive time.
April 3rd, 10 o'clock is the next hearing.
State of Ohio versus Kara Hearn, case number CRB 2381.
This is another one that was, should be by video, Your Honor.
Thank you. She is.
Both of these were, I told them they couldn't make it this morning, so I said, well, at least appear by video if you can't make it, so.
All right, Miss Hearn, are you on television monitor?
I think I still Lance Davis.
Kara Hearn, I'm showing someone online for Kara, but I don't see her.
How's that?
I'm here.
Okay, do you have a report for her from Bethesda? Well, she's being recommended for inpatient, and I told her at the last hearing she had to have a clean screen today. Well, she's not here, so I can't screen her. So, it seems rather convenient.
She claims she's sick this morning, Your Honor.
I can't hear you, yes. You say you're sick?
That is, yes, Your Honor, that's what she's indicated this morning, that she's sick.
Okay, well, we need to get you back in here as soon as possible. Are you here Monday, Mr. Shrek?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll continue it to Monday. Be here Monday, March 20th,
Yes, I'm here.
10 o'clock. See you Monday, 10 a.m.
Your Honor, that was set on the docket as a pretrial. She's already pled, so it should be a sentencing.
Yes, that is correct. Should be sentencing. But she's supposed to be getting good reports on her treatment. That was the idea. Show the court that she was serious about treatment, and I can take that in consideration in her sentencing.
Yes.
So far, that hasn't happened.
Not yet.
State of Ohio versus Sarah C. Dixon, case number CRB 23119.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Vital. This is set for pretrial today.
Yes, Your Honor, this is the first pretrial set in this case. It's alleged shoplifting at Walmart. I filed discovery. Mr. Heald would like to obtain the video from Walmart. She has zero criminal history in her 71 years on this earth, and we're trying to figure out what's going on here and some other things. So if we could continue it.
Well, the good or bad thing, depending on how you look at it, is I think if you go into Walmart, folks, your every move is being watched and videoed. So the prosecutor should be able to produce a copy of the video.
Every inch of that store is got a monitor. I mean, it's like that police song, every step you take, I'll be watching you, you know? That's Walmart for sure.
So if you want to shoplift, that's not a good place to do it.
Not a good place to do it.
Okay, when would you like to come back, Mr. Vital?
When do you think you have the video? And produce?
Probably about 3 weeks.
Okay.
So that would be, well, that's Good Friday, which doesn't, that's not a legal holiday.
What day is that, Your Honor?
April 7th is Good Friday, contrary to what some people think. That is not a legal holiday yet in the state of Ohio.
I don't know.
Court will be open, so if you want to come then, or we can.
No, how about the 21st, Your Honor? Can we do that? Because I want to make sure that I have a chance to get it.
April 21st?
Yes, please.
That's fine.
Okay, all right. And we should definitely, there shouldn't be any question of having
April
to find that, right?
21st at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
That's your next time.
Yep, and I have an order here, Your Honor. Do you need the order entry?
We don't.
Okay.
Well, that's actually going to have a continuance, or the time waiver on there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He wants the time waiver.
Time waiver, sure, yeah. So it'll be 21st day. Got there, 10. Madam Clerk, Your Honor.
Yes.
State of Ohio versus Philip Bailey, case number TRC 23206 A and B.
It's Mr. Morford's case, that's pre-trial.
Judge, we just got a copy of the written discovery answer. I'd like to continue maybe 2 weeks I don't know if we've received a copy of the dash cam video, but that can be problematic, for at least for my office, to download.
Yeah. Let's see.
A couple of weeks, whatever's good with your calendar, we would waive time, Your Honor.
Well, the 31st is actually pretty busy. So I'd rather do a different day unless there's a crunch that we absolutely have to do that day.
So, we'll waive time, Judge.
Okay.
We'll be at your convenience.
Scheduler is not going to fill load and then it goes to the, have to reload. Just want to get it up and get it to work. Okay. Let's see. There we go. The 7th is okay, that's Good Friday. The 14th, 10th, all those are April dates.
Judge, I'm here the 7th and the 10th. I actually have a trial with you then, I believe at noon on the 10th.
Well, let's make it the 10th, because I've got a very devout staff, and a lot of them are going to go to church when we close on the 7th.
I do not want to stand in the way of that.
Okay, April 10th, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Alex Day, case number TRD 23186 A and B.
Alex Day, set for pretrial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have an attorney, Mr. Day?
No, I don't.
Are you going to have an attorney?
Honestly, I'm not sure if I need one or not. I have some documentation.
Okay, well, then I'll consider that you're representing yourself today, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so why don't you show what you have to the prosecutor? He's the guy you gotta convince of whatever it is you want to convince.
That's saying that I paid the citation before my license was suspended. I'm not really arguing the speed.
So you owed money on the citation, and that's what caused your license to get suspended?
That's what they said, but I paid it on the 25th in full, like it says on that paper. Paid in full, 10/25/2022. They suspended it on the 28th. I called the DMV and asked them why, and they said I owed a $50 reinstatement fee. But I paid in full on the 25th, and I got a verification of satisfaction.
He does have that, Your Honor. We wouldn't oppose, and I think he indicated he was going to take responsibility for the speed. We would move to amend the driving under suspension to a no operator's license. And that would maybe help him out a little bit if he wanted to finalize this today.
Are you interested in that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll amend the driving under suspension to no operators. And there's no points on that, at least under Ohio law.
Would that be unanimous?
Yes. Now, this is not going to fix and you're a West Virginia resident, I take it, right?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm in the process. I'm clearing this up. I'm in the process of moving to Chesapeake, but I have to clear this up
You
first.
still have, now, there's changes at the B&Bs. I don't know what the heck is going on now with them, but in the past, and this is supposed to be the law, there's an interstate compact that all the states have signed. So you get suspended in one, that suspends you on all the others. So now, that may be changing, but in the past, if you had a suspension in West Virginia, you wouldn't be able to get a license in Ohio if you moved there. They would say,
Right.
go clear up West Virginia, and then we'll talk to you. So
Right.
you need to get this cleared up, whatever it takes. And get $50 reinstatement fee in the scheme of things is not that much.
Yes, Your Honor. I went ahead and paid it, and my license is reinstated.
Oh, okay.
And as soon as I found out about it, I took care of it.
So you
But
think you're reinstated in West Virginia now anyway?
I am.
Well, why don't we do this, if Mr. Peel doesn't oppose it? If that's true, I wouldn't mind even dismissing it, because it sounds like it was their mess up that he got suspended to begin with. Is that agreeable with the state?
We don't oppose that, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer, but we'll run it and just verify that you are valid, then I'll just dismiss it, and you won't have anything other than the speech.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so just have a seat, we'll do that, and then, we'll recall his record, or, okay. We'll recall you once we get a report from West Virginia.
Yes, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Charles Hamilton, case number PRD 20-2042 and CRD 2307.
All right, so you got Mr. Hamilton to appear today. So he had missed a review hearing last summer, I think it was, yeah, July 29th. Apparently there was some mix-up about community service. He submitted something now showing that he's completed community service.
That's correct, Your Honor. The community service was done in the spring, and for whatever reason, it didn't make it to the court. Mr. Hamilton thought he had completed, and so that was why he didn't appear. I had some contact with Mr. Hamilton and indicated that I thought there was a warrant. He expressed wanting to get that taken care of. We tracked down the hours, and I believe he even did an extra 5 hours over what he was required, which I think would take care of the warrant fee.
Your Honor, I've got a report from South Point Little League saying he did 20 hours of community service.
All right, I'll excuse the warrant fee that was issued last summer, so he is considered completed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Completed, so you're free to go.
Thank you, sir.
State of Ohio versus Richard A. Gibbs, case number CRB 22731. Richard Gibbs.
Come up to the table to your right, sir. Should have been in the courtroom before. Come up to the table to your right. You're Richard Gibbs?
Yes.
It's alleged, sir, that on October 31st of 2022, at Rome Township, you knowingly caused Kaja T. Brown to believe you would cause serious physical harm to the person or property of that person. That's aggravated menacing. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand this charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
How do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true, and you're waiving your rights to have a trial and have a lawyer. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, and what happened to Mr. Peel? We'll get the prosecutor back in. Are you, Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, Your Honor. Do you have a reason you have to be retained? Well, let's do this. Let's just, what I want to do is just hold on to 90 days to make sure that you won't have any problems. And then we'll dismiss it if there are any problems. Now listen, if there are problems, you need to know because we don't want there to be ongoing conflict in your life and your okay? How do you pronounce your first name?
So there's been a guilty plea, so I just wondered what the state's recommendation are.
Okay, well, I've spoken with Keisha Brown, who is the alleged victim, or now the victim in this matter, and I don't believe that it's been expressed to me that there are no ongoing problems within the family relationship. Explain the relationship again.
I'm dating the mother of his kids, so it was just like a little thing at the beginning, but everything's resolved now.
So they're not in a romantic relationship. But with any such situation that reaches the court, we believe that we can't just, on the first chance in having a look at it, decide that it's okay to dismiss the charges. What we would do is ask for, since he's pled guilty, we'd ask for a delay, and if there aren't any further problems, we could at that time decide whether there really needed to be a finding of guilt or not, as long as there's no problems. But we will ask for the payment of court costs in any event.
All right. Is that agreeable with you, Ms. Brown? What he's saying, basically, if there's no further problems after a period of time, the state would be okay with considering dismissal.
Right.
You okay with that? All right. And do you all have any contact now because of the children, I'm assuming?
Yeah, pretty much.
Some, but it's okay?
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do then, I'll just delay this, say 90 days, and I'll schedule you to come back then. And if there's been no reports of any further problems, I'll dismiss it. And we'll have a record for this.
Thank you.
That's
We will
agreeable.
ask for the payment of court costs.
With payment, you have to pay the court costs, which will be $110.
Okay.
Are you agreeable with that? Mr.
Yes.
Gibbs?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you'll need to bring that with you when you come back.
Okay, thank you.
And let's get a date. So that's going to be, well, let's make it easy to remember the date. That's easy to remember. July 7th, that's actually more than 90 days, but it'll be after the Friday after the 4th of July. 4th of July this year is on a Tuesday. So that Friday, you need to come back to court. You can write it down if you want. There's a little form there in that basket in front of you for your next court date.
Okay.
So once you write it down, because we have people forget, take it home, put it on the refrigerator, so you'll remember. Because if you don't show up, I'm going to issue a warrant. You already had a warrant outstanding for not appearing at your first arraignment hearing. So July 7th, I'll make a note to dismiss if there's no further problems at that time. If there are problems, ma'am, and you object to being dismissed, you need to make that known to the prosecutor's office. And you can call the court here, come in here, there's a prosecutor's office here at the court, and register your complaint or call in and let that be known, that you don't want it dismissed because there's been some problems occur. Okay, July 7th, and I'll set it as a sentencing at 10 a.m., but make a note to dismiss if there's no further problems.
And we'll also need a time waiver.
Yes, and you have a right to make the state bring this case to trial within a certain time frame. That's called speedy trial rights.
Yes.
But I think you'd rather have a dismissal. That's your choice. We can set it for trial, or we can let it go, and if nothing happens, it's going to get dismissed anyway down the road in July.
Yes,
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yeah, I'm just going to wait.
Okay, by doing that, you're waiving your speedy trial rights.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs, can you sign this for me?
And the thing he's asking you to sign just acknowledges you're waiving speedy trial rights. Okay, next hearing, July 7th, 10 o'clock.
And court costs. Remember that you'll have the court
State of Ohio versus Brian J. Finley, case number PRC 23-153A and B. He was to have reported to jail, Your Honor, and he has done so.
Okay, Brian Finley is reported for jail. And let him know his next hearing is here September 22nd for 9/22, 23, 9/22, 23, 9 a.m.
State of Ohio recalls Alex Day, case number TRD 23-186A and B.
Is this the gentleman I just called? Finley? Yes. Okay, he's here for, you go with Mr. Major. Okay. Let's return this to Mr. Day. I'm going to check that it is valid now, so I'll dismiss that charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you pled guilty to the speed. Anything you want to say about that?
Yes. I wasn't just traveling that fast. There was another cop on the right-hand shoulder that had someone pulled over, and I was making room for traffic to move. May have not been the right thing to do, but it was a decision I made real quick. And then another cop pulled me over from the left. It's not. I wasn't just being reckless. There was another cop on the shoulder of the highway area.
Okay. You were moving to the left lane, is that what you're telling me?
I was in the left lane, and there was someone to the right and behind me, and I sped up so they could get over. I was trying to do the right thing. I was still probably going too fast anyways, and I understand. But
yeah, well, 79, I think is what, or 78, 78. Yep. All right, well, that's not mentioned in here, so. I'll pose a $30 fine and court costs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you pay that today?
Yes, Your Honor.
See the clerks to the right as you leave the courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. To the speed. The A case is dismissed. The A case is the driving age suspension. Okay, that's all. Go see the clerk.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, we're going to start the preliminary hearings now.
State of Ohio versus Douglas Bloomer, case number CRA 22587.
Mr. Morford's case. Is that for preliminary?
Do you have a report?
I do not.
3610.
Is it from OVP or?
Yes, OVP Health, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Super.
Approach.
Yes. Okay, it's a very good report, Mr. Bloomer. Thank you for getting that.
Thank you.
So you're going to be finishing up there sometime maybe around the 1st of April, looks like.
Yes, sir. Graduate
Then
April 3rd.
Probably need to do some outpatient services after that. Do you have a plan on that, how that's going to happen?
We're exploring it with my counselor.
You're talking about it now?
Yes.
Okay. You want to see a plan when you come back next time, how that's going to happen. Because ultimately, the best result is to get this charge dismissed, but I need to be assured that you're solidly in recovery. And 30 days isn't gonna do it. We need longer.
Yes, sir.
So some follow-up care after you finish the 30-day program at ODP. And you're living in Gallia?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's some facilities up there I think you can access, so. Let's come back and I want you to be enrolled in something for outpatient services when you come back and bring me some proof of that.
Yes, sir.
So I'm looking around the 17th or 21st of April, Mr. Morford.
Judge, I think I'm free both of those days.
Let's do the 21st.
Judge, on the 21st, I have a hearing scheduled in probate juvenile court.
Okay, let's go to the 17th then.
Thank you.
April 17th will be the next hearing. Bring me some proof you're in outpatient services then.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Robert P. Byers Jr., case number CRA 23-150 A and B, PRC 22-2120 A, B, and C, CRA 22-489 A, B, C, and D, CRD 22-488.
All right, there are new charges. They're new old charges, apparently never been arraigned on, but they're from a year ago. Just got filed.
This one.
This was
Methamphetamine, May 18th of last year. This has to be somebody. And then same day, I think. Yes, same day. Here's with I'll get you I have a report for you from New Life Recovery.
Okay.
I'll share with you in just a second. I believe he's negative on his screen.
It all looks good. Yeah, but I'm just wondering how we can skip by this. we're supposed to deal with.
Mr. Hill?
Well, Your Honor, with respect to the charges that have just been filed, they are in time from before the charges that have been pending through the court, and Mr. Vyers has already been going through treatment based upon those charges. So I think that this, and I don't know why this case went directly to the common police court, to the prosecutor's office to send to the grand jury, but for some reason it skipped over us. And then they made the determination that it ought to be here, as we normally treat these cases. But we're already dealing with Mr. Vyers, and I don't know that there's anything here that would elevate what we're already doing. So I think we'll just go ahead and nollie the new charges, and we can proceed on the charges that we've already been working on.
Assume there's no objection to that.
Judge, you thought maybe when to be quiet.
Okay. The 23-150, A and B are nollied by the state. Not to the grand jury, just nolling it outright.
Correct.
So, he's to continue with his treatment. He's got a good report. Continue with that. No indication he's completed, but he's doing well. So continue to do that and come back, and we'll keep monitoring. At this point, at some point, we'll wrap things up with sentencing and perhaps dismissal of maybe one or more of the other charges still pending.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's look at maybe April 28th.
I have a trial in front of Judge Finley, again, Judge.
May 1st.
I have a trial in front of Judge Balak beginning that day.
May 8th.
I am free then.
May the 8th will be the next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Buddy Lynch. Case number CRA 2362.
Mr. Stratton's case set for preliminary.
Well, no, let's leave it pending. Okay. It's still potential being a felony. Another set of years we can.
Do you want to push it down?
No, we can still do it.
Huh?
We can just.
So we're not going to plead yet, we'll come back to be able to, so when you have the money, we'll plead. Okay. Your Honor, this is set for a prelim today, but we have worked out a solution to it.
Yes.
There's some restitution money that we're going to come up with. It's $1,246, I think it is. By the end of April, come back, and the state has agreed to allow us to plead to a misdemeanor instead of having a felony.
So we do have a representative here from Goodwill Industries, and she's in agreement with that. Are you Ms. May?
No, Lenore Mason,
Mason.
the director.
And so our primary concern is the restitution, which is a little over $1,200. We're agreeable to allowing some time for Mr. Lynch to come up with that money, and if he does, at the next hearing, we would agree to a misdemeanor charge, or if he doesn't, then we would be looking at taking the case to the grand jury.
Yeah. So if we could just set it for the end of April, Your Honor.
And ma'am, do you have any questions about this, or you understand what the proceeding? He's charged with a felony, To proceed with a felony, you have to be indicted by the grand jury. What the state is saying there, if he will pay the restitution within the shortest time frame, they're willing to reduce it to a misdemeanor rather than a felony, which is just a lesser. Misdemeanors, you can only go to county jail, you can't go to prison. A felony, if you're convicted, you can go to prison for it. So they're going to take that off the table if he pays the restitution. And you're agreeable with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me about it? No? Okay. So what kind of time frame does he need to come up with restitution?
End of April, Your Honor.
What is it?
He said end of April.
End of April.
Is that all right? Towards the end of April. It's the 17th, the day of March. We talked about approximately a month.
Yeah, that's about a month.
You're welcome to come to the next hearing, ma'am, if you wish. All of our hearings are public, so anybody can attend at any time, but certainly you have an interest in it. And I'll consider your schedule if you want, if you know you want to attend. It's going to be a Monday or a Friday. Does it matter which day of the week is better for you?
I'm sorry.
Mondays or Fridays are our court days. If you want to come back to the next hearing, I'll
Sure.
consider. Does it matter if it's a Monday or Friday to you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. All right, Mr. Stratton, I'm looking at the 24th or the 28th of April.
Let's do the 28th, Your Honor.
Okay, April 28th will be the next hearing. There needs to be restitution made by that date, and he'll pay it to the clerk.
Okay, he will.
He'll pay it to the clerk, and the clerk will pay it to you. That way there's a record that it's paid.
How do you want that paid, Your Honor?
Cash, certified check, you can go online and pay by a credit card if you want.
Can we do that here with credit card, or does he have to go online?
He has to go online.
Okay, all right. So
We don't have the internet.
Yeah, he can just put his last name only in, and his name will pop up, and he can click on his name and pay with a debit or credit card that way.
All right, hold on. That amount, Your Honor, is $1,246.42.
Yes, if he pays online, you'll have to pay, there's a charge for using online, because we have to have the exact amount, and the credit card companies will take a percentage.
Yes.
He's got to pay an additional amount. If he wants to pay the exact amount, he needs to get a certified check, or cash, and bring it into the clerk. So that's $1,246.42.
Yes.
That's what I have as the amount.
Yes.
Yeah, April, it's set April 28th. He has to pay it by then. That's the next hearing, and there's a time waiver for it.
Mary's number.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
So I'll call after the next hearing if he's.
State of Ohio versus Terry Phantom Jr., case number CRA 23-131 and CRB 23-130.
Thank you.
Case number 23-131, 23-130. Mr. Smith's case.
Your Honor, at the courthouse, the phone system was malfunctioning this past week, and the prosecutor's office could make calls but couldn't receive calls. So we had reached out to the alleged victim, Ms. Russell, but don't know whether she tried to get back with us or not. Is that right? So we're kind of at a disadvantage here because we haven't had a recent contact with her. We've left voicemails but don't know whether she called back. So we're going to need a little bit of time. Are the phones working now? So to make sure we have a chance to get in contact with her. So I guess we're going to need a little bit of time. And
I'm here in 2 weeks, if that's enough, the 31st.
And we can, yeah, we definitely have enough time there. And in order to not, we don't want to take it to grand jury if we don't have to. There is a felony charge. So we would ask for a time waiver to give us some time to get a hold of her.
We'll do that, Judge.
Okay, next hearing is going to be March 31st on all matters before the court at 10 o'clock.
Okay. See 2 weeks. Okay, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Brendan M. LeGrand, case number CRA 22566.
This is Mr. Smith's case.
Should we get a subpoena?
Go ahead and do a subpoena.
Yeah, they do, sometimes put you on TV. Judge, he is an OVP. I don't have a report.
I do not either.
He is inpatient.
Is there anybody here from OVP? Did somebody bring you today?
Yeah, the transportation brought us and dropped us off.
Okay.
They didn't have me on the list for transportation until yesterday. I talked to Bree and she put it on there this morning.
I'll text her and ask her for a report. So just have a seat, we'll recall it.
State of Ohio versus Troy L. Shopley, case number CRB 236, TRD 1518, ABC. Your Honor, he has to check in, but this was originally they were tried on business.
Okay.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes. Is this the one that's in the hospital? Okay. Mr. Smith had talked to me about this before. I guess Mr. Shockley is patient in the hospital now.
He's had a procedure done, I believe, this morning, Judge.
So you got verification from the hospital, so you're asking for a continuance?
Yes, April 17th. I don't know how long he's going to be in, but...
As a trial or as another pretrial?
I've given some thought to that, Your Honor, and I don't know exactly what our victim is thinking about these things right at present, because it's been just a little bit, even though we've had contact with her with respect to today's trial, I don't know what her feelings are about the overall case. It's several months old at this point, so I don't know if there's been further problems that, you know, maybe the way we would approach it could change a little bit if we speak with her. So a pretrial.
I think that makes sense.
All right. Case is continued at the defendant's request to April 17th for a pretrial at 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Nicholas J. Holly, case number CRA 23125, CRB 23127, and CRB 2397.
All right, and Mr. Holly, you have an attorney representing you?
Point. Okay, what is that?
I got a report from Brendan with the grant. Mr. James, I got a report on Brendan with the grant, so I'm gonna call.
What's he doing? So, Your Honor, I'm speaking with Mr. Holly's mother, who is the alleged victim of all these things. And it's concerning to me that we had a charge originating on February the 5th, and we were here in court, and then we got a new charge March the 1st. Now, Ms. Harless, his mother, has told me a few things that cause, that I think warrant some consideration. One of them is that I guess he wound up in jail the other day, and I don't remember that specifically, but I guess it must have been because of this other new charge. She says that that's had an impact on his demeanor, spending some time in jail. That's number one. Number two, she says that he's working at Marathon gas station. Where at?
Down in South Point.
So he's working midnights. So she thinks, and I can imagine working midnight until dawn every day could have an impact on a person's attitude in life. I think it'd be tough to do that over and over.
He just got off at 8. I don't even know how he's standing.
So he gets off in the morning, he's worn out. Then, so that has an impact on maybe.
Did that while I was going to college, so I know it very well.
Sure. And so anyway, that maybe has an impact on his ability to do anger management counseling. And his mother has shown me a course that she's found online that she thinks he might benefit from. And I think that would be a little bit out of the ordinary for what would normally be done through this court. But is he still living with you?
Back and forth. We have a couple of different places, but yeah, he's mostly at home.
So they're still having contact. This is a family kind of a thing, and I guess nobody knows him better than his mom. I don't want her to be a perpetual victim and have this be a lasting thing that goes throughout their lifetimes. So I guess I don't really know what she wants him to go and be in counseling and do what he's doing now through work and things of that nature.
And I want to do it with him, I would like to do it with him, so.
All right, Mr. Hawley, you're representing yourself today, so you don't have a lawyer. Is that what they're asking? Is that something you're interested in doing? Okay. Have you looked at facilities to do counseling with? Have you found something that you think would work?
Yeah, I think so. I did all I filled out everything, and I haven't submitted yet for to get the actual counselor, but once I got approval, I was gonna submit it and start payment, because I'll have to pay however much per week or however many sessions they recommend, which I won't know yet until.
Where's the facility? What facility?
It's called Team Counseling.
It's on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is online. Do you have health insurance or a medical card?
Me?
Yes.
I have Blue Cross.
Okay, well, he's covered under that, right?
Well, it says it's 80 per week or 150 per session. I don't know if they take insurance. I don't know.
I'm okay with it, but there's going to be there's some places that you could go locally that would accept Blue Cross Blue Shield, but unfortunately and perversely fewer than what can accept Medicaid. And you live in South Point.
that's the only reason I thought about something online is where he works all night long, and I get up and leave, I get up at 5, and I'm gone all day, so when I'm getting home, he's getting up, moving around.
Right.
So it's just.
It's gonna make it difficult to coordinate.
To go, right,
times.
and, yeah, and with this way, I thought I could at least participate with him.
Well, there
and
may
see
be
what-
some sessions that need to be done individually also.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, let me just throw some local facilities out that I know would accept your health insurance. OVP, Ohio Valley Physicians, PROAC in Huntington, Valley Health in Huntington. And I think that's in the immediate tri-state area. I think that's about it as far as counseling. Is there any substance use issues? Okay. You could try Shawnee Mental Health is local. I don't know if they're a little bit of a black hole in the sense they're not very transparent with the court. I don't get a lot of feedback from them, but they do the kind of services. Oh, PATH, that's a new facility, and I've been pretty impressed with them. They're in Chesapeake at where the bank used to be in the plaza. They're right there in Chesapeake.
Okay.
And they do mental health services.
P-A-T-H, PATH?
P-A-T-H, PATH.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure that they can take health insurance, but I don't know that they can, so.
Okay, I'll check it out.
All right, so what I'm going to do, and I'll just say this to you, Nicholas. You're 19.
Yes, sir.
Will be 20 here shortly, so you're considered an adult. If you don't like what your mom says the rules are for living under her roof, there's an easy solution. Move out. Go do your own thing. And then you can make your own rules and not yell at your mom or get mad because she does something you don't like. You know, she has no obligation legally to support you any longer.
In the process, but,
Okay, do you understand me? So if you're going to live with her, no threats, no screaming, and if you don't like what she wants you to do, leave. You're on your own. So I don't want to see anything like that be alleged to happen while we're letting you go to some counseling. Let's come back in about 6 weeks and get a report as to how things are going. If something happens in the meantime, then I'll find out about it sooner, but I'm hoping that won't happen.
Do we need to be here on the 27th still, or is this wrapped in like one?
What's on the 27th? Do you have another charge?
No, that was going to be a agreement hearing on one of those. Good that they ended up doing it together.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I guess this was supposed to be, the new charge maybe was supposed to be set for then, or?
I have both set for today,
Okay.
March 17th.
They moved it today. Okay, so we don't need to do it this way, so.
Yeah, okay, on this, I think you got already arraigned him on the 2397 when he came in on the other case, I believe. If not, let me just make sure you understand. You have another domestic violence case filed. Actually, it was the first in time, so it doesn't mean you weren't arraigned, that you were arraigned on it previously, but it alleges that this happened February the 5th, where you, by threat of force, caused your mother to believe you had caused physical harm to her or someone else in the family. So that was set for hearing today, rather than, I see it was initially set for arraignment March 27th, but it's set today because of the other case was set for today. So everything, we're going to keep everything on the same dates. We're not going to separate. So let's come back in 6 weeks. So that's April 28th.
And we'll need Nicholas to sign a time waiver too.
And since we're doing this with you trying counseling, we're not going to set it for trial. Do you understand that? And you have a right to make the state bring it to trial in a speedy fashion. So by agreeing to the continuance, you're waiving your right to make the state bring it to trial in a speedy fashion. Do you understand that? You're agreeable to it? Yes. Yeah, I need a verbal answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, April 28th, the last Friday in April is your next hearing, 10 o'clock, and I'll let you all work out the details of where you're going to go to council. Okay, that's all. Sign the document that Mr. Healy has.
State of Ohio recalls Brendan LeGrand, case number CRA 22566.
Okay, I did get a report from OVP that he is compliant, doing what he needs to do. And I think things you need to be thinking about, you're going to be finishing up at OVP here, then what? What happens after that?
I'm planning to go back to OVP outpatient.
Okay, I think that's a good plan. When, do you know when you'll finish?
April 3rd.
Okay. Let's come back. I know you're here the 17th.
Yes, I am, Judge.
Your next hearing is April 17th. Come back with a plan. Well, just show me that you're still at OVP outpatient following up. That's what you need to do. April 17th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Michael G. Robbins, case number TRC 221566, A and B.
Yes, that's right. That's fine. Well, okay, but let's let him. Everybody can come back later. I thought I'd make sure everything gets as far as we can. Sure.
Your Honor, I'm not sure if the court has a recent update from the VA. Last time we were here, kind of backstory, we were here, I believe, on January 6th. There was a good report, a really good report given. It somehow didn't make it into the court file last time. That has since been updated, and I've got a copy of that into the court file. But when we were here in February, there was no report from the VA at that time. So I don't know if you have one now, but in speaking with my client, he's indicated that he's waiting on a bed for long-term residential care, and I believe that's anywhere from 37 days to
180.
Anywhere from 37 days to 180-day inpatient treatment, and it'll be in Pennsylvania through the VA. So if we could, I know Mr. Hill would like to come back and make sure that he gets into the program, so if we could maybe set this out
6 weeks.
6 weeks or so. I would ask that if, obviously, and I know the court's always been good about this, that if he's in treatment, that his appearance be excused.
That's correct. Just with verification that that's where he is.
Sure, absolutely.
April 28th?
That should be fine, Your Honor.
April 28th will be the next hearing. It's sentencing.
State of
Thank you,
Ohio
Ron.
versus Stephen Thompson, case number CRA 22617, CRC 222476, A, B, and C, and CRA 19235.
Mr. Morphin's case. it's a good report from Riverside. Have you seen it, Mr.?
I did, yes, sir.
How do you want to proceed?
We want to allow him to go through, complete the program. Sounds like he's committed to it, which is good news. And he's probably got to feel a lot better about things at this point.
He looks a lot better
Yeah,
than
no
when
question.
we began. He's a different man, and I've had some contact with him in his family business, Your Honor, in years past. And he has had some difficulties in his life. He's had, obviously, some drug usage. Most recently, his stressor has been the loss of his mother. But to his credit, he hasn't relapsed, and he's learned the coping skills and is back on track, I think.
Okay, congratulations, Mr. Thompson, on your success so far.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it. What's your schedule, Mr. Morford, toward the end of April?
The 28th is when I have a trial. And
How about the 24th?
that day I have a trial as well, Judge.
21st?
Common Pleas. I'm sorry?
21st?
I have a probate juvenile hearing then.
Okay. Well, let's go to May 1st.
I'm free all day then, Judge.
All right.
No, I take that back. I've got a trial with Common Pleas that day. The end of April is going to be a killer.
April 17th.
I'm here then.
April 17th will be the next hearing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hey, Butch.
State of Ohio versus Scott Taylor, case number PRC 222629.
Mr. Smith stands for sentencing. He was positive for alcohol this last time, and I don't think what he's being prescribed, he should be taking alcohol with that.
He should not, Judge. In fact, he's addressed this with Hometown. He is going to go to inpatient. He realizes he needs more help, and Tuesday's his bed date. He's going to get a couple things in order, but he has agreed voluntarily he needs inpatient. He realizes it. Is that
Okay.
correct, Scott?
Mr. Hill?
Well, that's encouraging.
Yeah.
And I truly
He tried.
worried about his well-being, Mr. Taylor's well-being. We want the best for him. So if he recognizes that he needs it, then hopefully that's a threshold, I think, a milestone to pass through to make that kind of commitment. So we're happy that he's willing to do that.
Agreed. Okay. April 17th?
Yes. April 17th, a month from today, 10 o'clock.
That'd be as sent, 10 o'clock.
April 17th. 10 10 o'clock. 17. 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Amber Mills, case number CRB 2312. And companion case, State of Ohio versus Clifton Mills, case number CRB 2311.
Yeah.
Inmate check.
Okay. Amber Mills is not here. Do you have any idea where she is?
No, sir, I talked to her last night, told her that we had to be here today at 10. She told me she was going to go to a meeting this morning, that her boyfriend was going to drop her off here at court on his way to work at Huntington. I've not heard from her or seen her.
Okay. Well, it's not a very good report. She's had some bad screens.
She just don't listen, sir.
And she's being recommended for inpatient care now. So, she has a bond out, so Mr. Sowers. Yes. So I'll issue a warrant and notify Mr. Sowers that she didn't appear today, and he will round her up. It would be best if she came in on her own.
If she contacts me, I'll tell her to turn herself in. Now, whether she'll listen to me, I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
That would be my, I've been pretty good about picking stuff.
She's been pretty good
So
at this. It's
I'm on a
15.
roll. I picked Maryland to beat WVU because I hate WVU. I don't care what the rankings were. I was going to pick against them. But that was a small upset because they were like eighth and Maryland was 9. But I also picked Furman to beat Virginia, and that was a big upset. And I picked Princeton to beat Arizona.
Wow.
So my bracket's pretty good right now.
Furman out of South Carolina, that's a good pick.
Okay, so Mr. Sowers. But I'm going to say she's not going to come in on her own. I'm picking that. She will not appear.
Can I get in on it?
We'll start a pool.
She's my daughter, and I'd go with you on that one.
So we'll set bond forfeiture for her for April. Let's make it April 7th. I think Mr. Mills has done everything
Yes, sir.
he's been asked to. What's the state want to do with him?
Well, we would like to, I know the last time that we got a report from the VA, they said he was doing well, so I don't know if he's continuing there or
Yes, I've been to every meeting that's been set up for me with Dr. Jenkins.
if we knew that, had a confirmation of that, not that we don't believe Mr. Mills, if we had something from the VA, we might be in a position to say that he's done enough with us.
Okay, I don't have a final report. Have they told you anything about when you're going to be finished, or?
No, I told him, sir, that you gave me 90 days. And that's what we was going off of, so sometime in April.
Okay.
I was just there on the 8th.
And do you have a date to go back?
Yes.
What's the date in April?
The 28th of April.
Okay.
I mean, the 28th of March. Sorry.
Okay, well, let's come back, and you think that'll be your last one? Did they tell you that?
No, sir.
Okay.
I would just,
Let's come back in April toward the end, and then maybe we can wrap you up then. April 28th.
thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You're free to go. April 28th, 10 o'clock.
I'll relay that message to my daughter.
Yeah.
Can you sign this one, Mr. Clerk?
State of Ohio recalls Taylor Bryan, case number CRV 20-112.
Extending the time. And hopefully.
Taylor Bryan.
But you're getting something out of it, right?
Okay, this was actually on the review document. You sort of, you just have a fine today. Can you pay anything on it
Yeah,
today?
I'm paying $30 on it.
Okay, I'll not issue a warrant for you for missing. See the clerk, pay $30, and let's see, your balance, it looks like it's gonna be about $150. I'll give you your next hearing date of April 17th at 9 a.m. Pay it off, you don't have to come back.
Okay, thank you.
Go see the clerk.
State of Ohio recalls Matthew Gonzalez, case number CRV 22377, CRV 22309, CRV 22362, CRV 22343, and CRV 2277. Matthew Gonzalez.
Mr. Gonzalez, you're late for your review hearing.
Yes, I went to Ironton Municipal building.
Yeah, well. You should have come here. Can you pay, you just have fines, I think, to pay. Can you pay anything on your fines today?
I can pay a little bit, yes, Your Honor.
How much are you paying?
I don't know how much cash I have, it's in the car. I mean, it'd be like $40.
You'll take $40. See the clerk, make your payment. Your next one's gonna be a month from today, April 17th, 9 a.m. When you pay these off, you can quit coming.
All right. And that was at 9 o'clock, Your Honor?
9 o'clock, April 17th.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, she's with
Okay, we have some things at the jail to do next.
State of Ohio versus Jesse L. Berry at the Lawrence County Jail, case number TRC 2825 A and B, and Donald Brown is on deck.
Okay, at the jail, we need them online.
Am I here?
Yes, okay. Are you Chelsea Berry?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Berry, I'm Judge Capper at Lawrence County Municipal Court. Your case is 20-825 A and B. It's alleged that you missed a review hearing
Yes, sir.
It looks like it was May the 18th of last year, or about a year ago, you missed a review hearing. It was on an OVI conviction, operating a vehicle intoxicated. And you got a warrant issued because of it. That's why you're in jail. Do you understand the reason that you're in jail? For failure?
Yes, sir.
Do you admit or deny you missed your hearing?
I missed it.
Do you have a good explanation? Remember I said good explanation.
Yes, sir. I apologize.
Okay. How long you been in jail?
Almost 3 days.
Where do you live now?
I'm just keeping my mom.
You still live in Township Road 1379?
Yes, sir, I moved out, I recently moved back.
Okay. Why didn't you come to court?
I had a domestic situation going on, I was in a bad relationship, I moved in with my boyfriend. Recently moved back with my mom.
Okay, well, you gotta take care of this. You've got community service to do. You paid some on your fines, but you still have money that you owe. I think you were ordered to go to the 3-day program too, the driver intervention program. And I don't see anything saying you did that either. Is that right?
I was not aware of the 3-day program, but, oh yeah, the DUI score, yes, sir, I got it. I don't have money for that at the time.
Okay, well, you either gotta do 20 days in jail or go to the 3-day program. Which would you prefer?
I would definitely prefer the 3-day program.
Well, I think that's the right answer. That would be my answer.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is not like 7th grade homework where you blow it off if you don't want to do it. This is mandatory stuff. Okay, you understand that? You got to do this or you're going to go to jail.
Yes, sir.
Does that register with you? Are you scared of going to jail? Because I am. I wouldn't want to go to jail. I do a lot of stuff to stay out of jail.
I don't love it.
Okay.
And I don't come back.
Well, then you've got 5 days of community service you need to do. You got some fines you got to pay, and you need to go to that 3-day school. The legislature tells me I either got to make you go to that 3-day school or I got to put you in jail. Then start acting like you don't want to go to jail. Okay, I'll send you time served for contempt for not coming to your hearing the last time. I'll give you a new review hearing date. And if you don't show up at your review hearing or do anything you've been ordered to do, what's going to happen? You're going to go to jail. Okay. You've got 5 days of community service. Now, we've got some things coming up, and you need to, because you don't have anything to write down, but March 23rd, April 29th, and May 6th, if there's anybody here for her, she can get double credit those days for community service. I'll give you those dates again. March 23rd, April 29th, May 6th. She can get double credit. She gets 2 days for 1 day. Community service. You gotta set the alarm, and you gotta get up and brush your teeth and wash your face and be at the court by 7:30 a.m.
Yes, sir.
That's early.
I can do it.
Okay, I think you can.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna set your next hearing. Okay, well, you only have a chance to do one of those by the time you come back, so I'm gonna set it for April 17th. You're gonna be a monthly schedule now. So if it's been like 6 weeks and you haven't been to court, you better think, I think I must have missed a hearing. It's been 6 weeks and I haven't been to court. I probably have a warrant outstanding. Or just come to court when you're supposed to. So exactly 1 month from today, you got another hearing for review at 9 o'clock. Do some stuff on your case before next month and show me you're working on getting it completed. Okay? You understand? So I'm going to release you. I don't know if you've got holders from, do you have a holder from any other court?
No.
Okay. Well, you're going to get out of jail today. Is this mom that's in the courtroom?
Yes.
You don't have to go pick her up if you don't want to, but you can pick her up if you want to. And tell her, which you probably have already been doing this, is, Chelsea, you have to do what you're ordered to do.
It's nothing she hasn't been told.
Okay. Listen to mom. You're living with her, you gotta follow her rules. We'll just throw that in there too. Free gratis. If you're gonna live with mom, you gotta do what she tells you. If you don't wanna do what she tells you, move out.
Not gonna do any of that.
You understand that? The person that's providing the roof over your head and your food gets to write the rule book. And if you don't like the rule book, you go get your own roof over your head and provide your own food, which is kind of hard to do. It's some work. When you do that, there's no time for partying. It's full time. Okay, we'll see you in a month, 9 a.m.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Donald Brown, case number CRA 23-153, and Willie Linville is on deck.
Good luck, Mom.
Thanks.
There's always hope. Sometimes
Fingers
they do grow up. Sometimes it takes a while. Okay, you, sir, or Donald Brown?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me okay? And I should have started the recording first. I'll do it now.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay.
Recording has started.
You, it's alleged, have a warrant out of the state of West Virginia.
Yes, sir. Roll on.
Yeah, from the Division of Corrections in West Virginia. And they say they want you to come back to West Virginia. So, on a parole
I have no
violation.
problem. I have no problem with that, sir.
Okay, well, let me explain your rights. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to make the state of West Virginia and Ohio prove what they're alleging against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have a right maybe to bail. I would consider you have a right to bail. And have a right to have a lawyer. Now, what West Virginia is saying is they want you returned to that state on this parole violation. Now, you can have what's called an extradition hearing. That's what happens when somebody in one state's wanted by another state. We can have a hearing to determine if there's a valid reason to send you to the other state, what the other state says they want you for. It's not, I won't be deciding did you do or not do what they allege. I'll be deciding do they really have a good faith basis for asking you to be returned to West Virginia. And if they do, then I'm going to order you to go there. Do you want to have a lawyer? Do you want to have an extradition hearing? Or you can waive that and just say, yeah, I agree. I'll go to West Virginia.
Yeah, I'm going to waive extradition, but I'll just go ahead and go back.
Okay. Well, I'm going to send down a waiver of extradition form you'll need to sign. They don't tell me what kind of bond they want. Let me see what they do say. They say they have a pre-signed waiver of extradition. They say you've already signed something saying you would waive.
Yeah, that's conditions of parole on West Virginia side.
Okay. All right. I'm going to, under Ohio law, I think I have to set a bond, but I'm going to make it high because I think they have a really strong case to have you return to West Virginia. If I set a $100,000 cash or surety bond, would that be a bond that you can post?
No, sir, I'm not going to worry about posting.
Because if you could post it, I would let you go turn yourself in.
No, sir, I thank you, though.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell the sheriff to go ahead and notify the parole authority in West Virginia that you're ready to be picked up. So they'll send somebody to come pick you up and take you to Charleston or wherever it is. It says Charleston Correctional Center, so I don't know if that's where you'll be going. Your case was out of Brooke County Circuit Court. I'm like, what's the county seat of Brooke County? Where was the courthouse in Brooke County? Where is it? Wellsburg? I don't even know where that is. So, do they have any trout streams in Wellsburg?
They may, but I've never been.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to say that you can't post bond. And I'm going to give them, let's see, today's the 17th. I'm going to set it for a hearing the 27th. I'm going to give them till the 27th of March to pick you up. So the sheriffs listening in, which usually they are, need to tell the parole authority they've got till March 27th to pick him up. And if they need more time, they need to apply for it. And I'm going to put him on my docket for March 27th. So I'm not going to automatically release you. I'm just going to put you on the docket March 27th. You're still sitting in our jail. I want to know why and what the reasons are, and then I'll make a decision whether you get released then or not.
Yes, sir.
Well, I got to write some stuff in on your extradition waiver. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. You got, and you're not going to postpone. West Virginia has until March 27th at 8 a.m. to pick you up. If they haven't done it, then you're going to be in my court March 27th at 10 a.m. and I'll decide how we're going to proceed then. So I signed the wrong place. So you sign. I'm going to put your name down where my signature was supposed to go, and you sign. I signed where you were supposed to sign. I marked it out. Put your name. You'll see it. It'll get faxed down and have a place for your signature, a line for your signature.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Brown?
No, sir, I don't.
All right. Good luck on your travels to West Virginia.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Willie Linville, case number CRA 23-157, CRB 14-674, CRB 16-350, and Ryan Mount is on deck.
And sir, you Willie J. Linville. Can you hear me, Mr. Linville? Apparently not. We got a deputy or somebody listening in, there's a problem with, because we just had really good audio, now we're not getting audio. Can you hear me, Mr. Linville? Okay, you can hear me, all right. I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court. You've got some new charges that I'm going to arraign you on, and then you got old charges that we're going to talk about too. Your charges were faxed to the jail this morning, so if you haven't received them, they ask the sheriff where they are. They should be rattling around down in the jail there somewhere. It's an aggravated possession of drugs charge is what's filed against you. It alleges that on March the 13th of 2023 in Union Township, you knowingly obtained, possessed, or used a controlled substance, being methamphetamine, in an amount of 3 grams, which is more than the bulk amount. So that, I think that's why they made it a felony 3, aggravated possession, because of the amount. That carries a maximum penalty of felony 3 is 5 years in jail and a $10,000 fine. That's the maximum you could receive. Do you understand that charge? Do you understand the charge, Mr. Linville? I didn't understand the last thing you said. Well, I don't know. I'm not to that point yet. Then you've got some old cases. We're going to talk about them. 14-674. It's alleged that you failed to appear for a pretrial on an existing case here. And let's see what the charge was. It was a shoplifting case from Walmart back in 2014. So as you never appeared on that, you've had a warrant outstanding on that theft offense since 2014. And then there's another case, 16-350. It looks like they were both set at the same time you didn't appear. Some sort of drug sale case. Okay, well, you probably need a lawyer. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer? Do you have a job? You have no income? We got any lawyers?
Mr. Cooper is checking. My grandmother is a personal mom, and
Well, let's see, and you live in Huntington. I'll point, what's your current address? Do you know what his address is?
Yeah, 1561, County Road 163, ain't that what Dogtown is? 123. 123, sorry.
Dogtown. Let's
Yeah.
put Dogtown. Chesapeake.
What's the zip code of Dogtown?
45619. That's all Purple Nation is 45619. They don't like to claim Dogtown. And we don't like to claim Carroll Creek, but it is part of it. Dogtown? Judge Hall used to live in Dogtown. Yeah.
Mr. Dillon was Mr. Linville's last attorney.
That's
A
name from the past. So what's the state's position on bond for Mr. Linville?
Well, Your Honor, there's some lengthy history here, going back 9 years, and there's cases pending. And then he comes up with a possession charge that is one that could go to the grand jury just on the fact that it's charged as a third-degree felony. Might lean towards sending him to the grand jury. However, we're willing to consider the possibility of leaving it here if he's willing to consider doing some things. First and foremost in our mind would be getting him in treatment, but we would also need to deal with these old charges. And
he probably has to have an ankle monitor.
Probably needs to have an ankle monitor, and we would ask for a plea on the old theft charge. I don't have another. You said something about theft of drugs or something?
There was a sale of drugs, and actually he got convicted on it. Why he didn't get convicted on the theft? He got sentenced May the 20th of 2016 to 6 months in jail, suspended if he went to Spectrum for counseling. And I don't have any proof that that ever happened.
I don't know anything about that. I know,
Did somebody steal your identity then, you think? This is a Willie Linville with a date of birth of June 4th.
yeah, I mean, don't let me, I don't know that he was in the drugstore about that. Last time I was in the courtroom was on that popcorn chicken, I picked up and thing at Walmart, give all lady some and time, and hand it off to the person, and they didn't bring it to the checkout. And he stood down, and I tried to get my paperwork, and there wasn't any.
Well, that might have been the 14 case, I don't know.
Yeah, it had to do with chicken.
Okay.
Now, I don't know that we can determine what restitution would be on that at this
Yeah.
time, but if he pled to that, that would help us to agree that he ought to go to treatment with the GPS. We would, on the theft charge, we would just ask for time served on it.
Well, he probably needs a lawyer though, so.
Yeah.
He's entitled to a lawyer, and he's got a felony.
If I can get out on a bracelet, I'll take it out now, lawyer, and I'll be a lawyer later.
Well, yeah, but you're not getting out to go do what you want to do. You're getting out to go to treatment, which means inpatient treatment, where you go and you have to stay someplace and do treatment while you're there and do what they tell you. Is that what, are you willing to do that? Who's got, Bethesda has a bid? Okay, now, because you failed to appear in the past, I gotta put a bracelet on you. And let me make sure you understand this, and I assume this is some family here. Because if you think you're gonna be tempted to run and cut the bracelet off, well, let me finish, because this is serious business. I want you to understand it. Because people do it. Okay, just be quiet and listen. This is the time to listen. I'm telling you some really important stuff. Okay, I'm considering letting you go on a bracelet to treatment, which means if you leave the facility, they're gonna find you because they know exactly where you are. You're wearing this bracelet, it tells them where you are all the time. And then people get the bright idea and say, well, I'll just cut the bracelet off, which you can do. It's not easy, but you can cut it off. You will then go to prison. You'll be out of this court, you'll go to common police court. They treat you cutting the bracelet off the same as if you took one of those jailers hostage and then ran out of the jail and escaped. It's the same as escape. And to make an example out of people that do it, everyone that I've had cut the monitor has gone to prison. So if you're thinking, I'm going to be tempted to cut this monitor off, it'd be better if you just stayed in the county jail than get out and be tempted to cut the monitor off, because you are going to go to prison if you do that. Do you understand me? Okay, and you won't be tempted to cut the ankle monitor off and run? Okay. Well, this could be good for you. I mean, you can get clean. That's what you need to do. Methamphetamine, I'm not going to prejudge that you're actually using it, but what they're alleging is that's nasty stuff. It's really going to take a toll on you if you keep using it. And the other thing is now, you don't even know if they won't mix a little fentanyl in it, which could kill you.
Sir.
Yes.
The man, I actually went to buy heroin at home that night.
Okay, well, you don't need to,
My friend,
this is all on the record, so whatever you say here can be used against you, so.
it was hard to say once to call in the cop car, so that's what I there.
Okay.
Right?
All right, I'm going to let you out on a $2,000 signature bond. So that means you're just signing a piece of paper saying you will do what you're supposed to and come to court when you're supposed to, with an ankle monitor.
Your Honor, Mr. Major's checking on the ankle monitor.
And I don't even know if we can get one today, because the common police court has to place them, and sometimes it may take a day or two to get a monitor on you. But then Bethesda is willing to take you and put you into treatment, but you got to do what they tell you. You understand that? And then you're going to come back to court periodically, and I'm going to review if you're doing what they tell you to do.
Is the
You
court
get good
going
reports.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
is the court going to appoint a lawyer for him?
Oh, yeah. I'll appoint Mr. Steyer.
But we're also going to need a time waiver unless we're coming back right away.
Let's put it on the docket for Monday. Just if he's in treatment, fine. If he may still be in the jail by Monday, because getting an ankle monitor on Friday afternoon is hard.
Your Honor, if I may, what common police court has told me is to fax them down the paperwork, give them a report date, which would be today, and then they'll work it out with the treatment center. So.
Okay. Let's put it back on the docket for Monday in case that doesn't happen, and then if he's with you, Bethesda, great, just let me know that. If he's still in the jail, then we'll deal with that then. So that's the 20th. I'll appoint Mr. Steyer, who's going to be your lawyer. He's a lawyer, he practices in this court. He's not here right now, so you probably won't see him until Monday. I'll let him know. I will send him a text with a copy of your paperwork so he'll know he's going to be representing you. The main thing for you to concentrate on is getting clean and doing what you need to do and get good reports. That's the best thing for you personally and for your legal case. Okay, do you have any questions, Mr. Linville? Do you have any questions? Well, you can see her. She's right there.
It's blurry. I can't see very at all.
Okay. All right, we'll see you Monday, one way or the other.
State of Ohio versus Ryan Mount, case number PRD 21-1476, A, B, and C, PRC 20-2545, A, B, and C, PRC 19-2270, A and B, and PRD 20-2139, A and B.
Ryan does, or this last guy? Ryan.
And Brittany Stroud is on that.
Brittany Stroud. All right, and you are Ryan Mount. I can testify to that myself. And this is warrants, looks like, on older cases. You allegedly failed to appear on August 13th of 21 on several cases. And Mr. Steyer was your lawyer. And I'm told, okay, and you've got a new charge in our municipal court too, I've been told. Have you appeared in our municipal yet? Your audio is off. Okay, now I did hear. Okay, have you appeared in our municipal court yet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have a bond from there, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, I have a bond.
One you can post?
I didn't hear what you said.
Do you have a bond out of our municipal that you can post?
No, not at the time.
Okay. All right, well, Mr. Steyer is your lawyer. You got cases still pending here. When's your next court date in our municipal? Do you know what the court date is?
A week from yesterday, Thursday next week.
Okay. Well, to get things, hopefully that Mr. Steyer will be here Monday. I'm going to put you on our docket for Monday, this coming Monday. I think Mr. Steyer will be here, so he'll know that you're back in custody and he's going to be representing you. And just so I'm not going to hold you up from getting out of jail. I'll let Judge Waldo decide when you get out of jail. I'll set your bond at $2,000 signature.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next hearing is Monday.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll see you Monday.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Stroud, case number CRA 23-152 and TRD 17-1084, and Hunter Tooley is on deck.
What was that guy that I just pointed, I said Steyer would represent? Linville, yeah. Like a town.
Except it's still on I.
Oh. How's the town spelled?
As far as I know, it's L-I-N-V-I-L-L-E.
Okay, it's the same.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I know the man is.
Okay, Brittany Stroud, that's you, you're a Brittany Stroud? Okay, you've got a couple things. The new thing is a warrant from Michigan. So So this is, you're not the Brittany Stroud I thought you were. We had a prior Brittany Stroud. You're not that person. I've got a document from the state of Michigan, First Judicial District, saying that they have a warrant for you on a controlled substance charge, possession of cocaine, heroin, or other narcotics. And they're asking that you be extradited to Michigan on these charges. Then I've got a Brittany Stroud, I don't know if, because I know we've had another Brittany Stroud with a South Point address, and I'm going to say it's probably maybe a different person. Let's see. Date of births. That's got the same date of birth. March 1st of 89. Is that your date of birth? Okay, you got an old case here. It's just a driving under suspension that you didn't take care of in this court from back in 2017. That there was a warrant on you. You pled guilty to it, got sentenced, but you never did anything, didn't show up for your review hearing, so you had a warrant.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a right to an extradition hearing on this Michigan warrant if you want, and I can appoint a lawyer for you if you're qualified financially. Extradition is just a hearing to determine if you should be made to go to Michigan on this charge. It's not whether you committed the offense or not that they're saying you committed. If you want to have that hearing, I can appoint a lawyer for you to represent you on extradition. You can have, you can waive extradition if you want, which just means you're agreeing that you are the person and that there's good reason for you to go to Michigan on these charges. How do you want to proceed? Do you want to have a lawyer? And let me just tell you this, you have a right to have one and to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You want a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. I'll appoint Mr. Steyer. Hopefully he is, he'll put it on the docket for Monday, March 20th. I'm going to set your bond I'll set your bond at $10,000 cash or surety. Is that a bond you think you could post? Well, you have a right to make phone calls. Do you want to talk to a bail bondsman?
How much would that be?
Probably $1,000 will get you out. Okay. Well, I'm setting your next hearing for Monday, so that's the soonest I can set it. So your lawyer will be here then, and we'll talk to you about your case, and then you can decide if you want to have further hearings or if you want to agree to go to Michigan. Okay, can you get, who's set on the docket for Monday?
Right here, sir.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to change the lawyer because your lawyer's not scheduled to be here. We'll make it Holt, and I'll change the other ones too to Holt. The other ones I said Steyer, I'll make them Holt. Okay, I've appointed you a lawyer that's scheduled to be here Monday. And I'll notify him that he has been appointed to represent you. Do you have any questions, ma'am? Your next hearing is Monday.
State of Ohio versus Hunter Tooley, Case number CRB 23147.
All right, you're Hunter Tooley.
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper of Lawrence County Municipal Court. This is your arraignment hearing. It's alleged you were ordered to be here on March the 13th, which was Monday, and didn't show up. And I think your bail bondsman got you somehow into jail because you didn't show up on the 13th.
Your Honor, Mr. Fowles hadn't been over here every day, Mr. Arrested.
Okay. The charge against you is aggravated menacing. It alleges that on March the 11th of this year in Fayette Township, you knowingly caused Stephen Green to believe you would cause serious physical harm to his person or property. So that's an aggravated menacing charge. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand the charge, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, I haven't told you your rights. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, it's all on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to have a lawyer, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand these things?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the charge against you?
Yes, sir.
How do you want to plead to it?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true. By doing that, you waive your rights to have a trial and to have a lawyer. Do you understand that? Okay, I'll accept your guilty plea, and I'm assuming perhaps this is Stephen Green appearing in court today.
He's here, Your Honor, and we've had a brief moment to speak, and he also spoke with others in our office before this, and I believe he does not want a protection order. In fact, at this point, I think he does not want the charges to go forward. However, our policy is that if it makes it here to court, it's serious enough that we at least should make sure that there aren't any problems. Now, he's entered a plea of guilty today, and what we would ask is that he be permitted to be out of jail. We come back for sentencing at some point, and perhaps if there haven't been no further problems, then we may even ask the court to not accept his guilty plea at a later date.
Okay. What say you, Mr. Tooley? And I also want an explanation why you didn't come to court when you were ordered to.
I was trying to shoot a job. I didn't show up at the time.
Is this the one I think you showed up at like 3:30 or something?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then you just arrested him then?
Yes, Your Honor.
So he's been in jail all week?
Since Monday.
Okay. Well, bad decision on your part. So, did you find the job?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. And you live in South Point?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Green, is there anything you want to tell me that I need to know about this whole situation before I go forward with it?
I just don't want to see him away from his kids, man.
Are you all friends, or how do you know each other?
I actually went to school with him years ago. I do know him, but I haven't talked to him in years, so.
Okay.
Like, my dad wasn't there for me. I don't want to see somebody else's father not be there for them, even. So.
Okay, so this is his child back here?
Yes.
Two of them, yeah.
Two children, okay.
Now, Mr. Green did say that maybe Mr. Tooley could benefit from some anger management type counseling. So we would recommend that.
Okay. Okay, so this is your girlfriend now, and she's the mother of his 2 kids, so.
Yes.
So there's where this tension comes in. All right, Mr. Tooley, anything you want to tell me? Do you have a medical card?
Me?
Not with me.
Well, you don't necessarily have to have it with you, but is that what you use to get medical services with, a medical card, Ohio Medicaid?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you live in South Point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who can do, some of you can, some of you can't do anger management counseling? Who can? I'm talking to the providers now.
I want to see if they can take me.
Path? Okay.
Yes.
And that's in Chesapeake at the plaza?
Yes, sir. They have an Ironton office also.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of in between. Where would you rather go, Chesapeake or Ironton?
Ours
Okay. And we have a number where he can call in and make an appointment?
I will get it to you in just 1 second. 740-479-5120.
Okay, say that again.
740-479-5120.
5100?
5120.
5120. All right, and usually there's somebody monitoring this. Can you write this number down, give it to him? He needs to call, make an appointment in Ironton to see Path, 740-479-5120 for counseling. I'm going to delay your sentencing and give you a chance to go do that, and then you got to appear back in court, and I'll see if you did the counseling. I'm going to let you out on a signature bond, which means you're just promising to come to court. I'm letting Mr. Sowards wants off the bond, since you didn't show up before in a timely manner. So I'm going to give you a signature bond of $1,000 and order you to come back to court let's pick a date. April 7th, that's Good Friday. You got to be here Good Friday at 10 o'clock for sentencing. And I want a report from PATH that you've been there. And I don't want any more threats or issues. Is he doing visitation? Does he see his kids?
Yeah, just whatever he wants.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, he should see him. You need to have a relationship with your, is it, or 2 boys?
2 girls.
2 girls, okay. You need to have a relationship with them. And you need to keep it as even keeled as you can. Because the more of this upset you had, we just found out. I keep learning stuff. The more of this stuff that you do in front of them, it affects their brain development, it affects how they're going to turn out, it affects a lot of things, but one of the big ones we know, substance use. People that have adverse childhood experiences are more likely to abuse substances as they become adults. And I'm sure you don't want that for your girls, do you?
No.
She's definitely doesn't want it, and you shouldn't want it either. So we want them to have a good life and keep things calm around them and as normal as possible. No fussing and fighting in front of the kids. That's another thing. These are the kind of substance use in front of the kids, criminal activity in front of the kids, abuse and neglect to the kids, parental absence. Those are all kind of things that affect children. So, all right, you're going to get out of jail, do what you're supposed to, go see PATH, be back here on Good Friday, April the 7th for 10 o'clock for, I'm just going to monitor what he's doing. Okay, if you have any problem, we'll let the prosecutor know. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Okay, we're finished at the jail.
State of Ohio versus Kelly R. Mintz, case number CRB 2366, A, B, and C, and CRB 18326.
Okay, Kelly Mintz is here. Oh, she missed a week ago. You're supposed to be here a week ago, right? Or
Yeah, the previous Monday.
what's going on with you?
So I live in Cincinnati now, and it's just,
You have a smartphone or a laptop?
yeah, I was gonna ask if I was able to transfer it or able to do it, like
You
my,
can appear by teleconference.
okay, and then
You'll be
my
on the screen.
community service, I just have fines to pay in my community service.
You can do the community service there.
Okay, that works, and,
Now, once you go meet with the probation officer and firm that up, what you're gonna do, you've got quite a few hours you still need to do.
yeah, I think like 78 hours or so.
That's what I'm showing.
But I paid off my license, and any fines I have, this is the last thing I have to take care of. So when I get my taxes, I think I owe around $600 to $700. I'm gonna go ahead and pay,
That's right.
pay my fines off here as well.
Wonderful. Okay. What are you doing in Cincinnati?
That's where I live. That's where my
Are you from
boyfriend
there
lives.
originally?
That's where my boyfriend's from.
Okay.
And that's
You're
where he
from here?
lives, is up there, yeah. Well, I'm not,
That's all
I'm
good,
from,
but you gotta have to take care of the stuff you've got here and get your community service done and pay your fines.
yes, sir.
I'll set your next hearing for April 17th, 1 month from today.
Okay.
You can appear by teleconference. Go check in with the probation officer,
Okay.
Mr. Major, about your community service and your probation.
Okay.
Or Mr. Cooper can talk to you about it, either one. April 17th, 9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus James Butts, case number CRB 21-9.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. And you're James Butts?
Yes.
Mr. Butts, you understand your rights? I've said them several times here while you were here, I think. Mr. Butts, you understand your rights? I've explained them to some people while you were here. You want me to
Yes.
go over them with you? The right to remain silent?
Oh, yes, I
You
understand
understand
that,
that? To have a lawyer, to have
Yeah.
one appointed if you can't afford one?
Absolutely.
You're discharged with disorderly conduct. It's an old case from December of 2020. It's alleged that in Fayette Township, you cause inconvenience, annoyance, alarm to others by fighting, threatening to do harm, being violent, turbulent, and apparently this happened in Walmart.
Oh, yes. I do remember that.
Okay, so, and you got released from the jail on a signature bond, then you didn't show up, it's alleged. So what caused you to show up today? Why did you decide to come in today?
Well, I have a ticket related to the Linville guy.
Oh,
He was
okay.
the passenger in the vehicle I was driving, and I don't have a driver's license.
Okay.
So I had my ticket says to show up to the court.
Okay, I don't have.
I think it's for Chesapeake.
We don't have that yet, Your Honor.
I
They
think
looked and looked and looked, and there's what they.
I might be in the wrong place.
Your Honor, if I may, I believe it's a Chesapeake Mayor's Court.
Oh, okay, it was the mayor's court, I know, that's very confusing.
I apologize for wasting the time.
Well, there's nothing to apologize for other than not coming to court when you were supposed to on this original charge, but this other case, if you get a ticket in the village, they cite you to the mayor's court first, you can appeal it here.
See, that's where I was confused. They said that we would show up together, or I would go to the same place he did, and I argued that with the family members. I said, I'm pretty sure that the chief of police, the guy that pulled me over, said that I would come and be talking
Well,
directly
because
to
his
him.
was a felony that got filed here. They can't handle felonies in the mayor's court.
No, yeah.
So yours is in mayor's court
Okay.
in Chesapeake, so.
Now, this here is this, what do I do about this? Do I gotta show up somewhere?
Yeah,
And
well, you're in
maybe
the
I
right
can-
place. So
Okay.
you need to enter a plea. How do you plead to this charge? Guilty, not guilty, no contest. How do you want to plead to it?
I mean, I was guilty. I don't know that I fought with anybody. I know there was a
Well, I'm
tussle with
looking at the
sheriff's
affidavit from
deputy.
the officer, and he says you tried to kick out the windows in his patrol car. I think that's what.
I won't admit to that. I put my hands in front of I moved my cuffs to that, which time he let me know that that wasn't the thing to do, so it was a.
And he also said he had to pull over on the way to the jail because you were kicking the doors of the cruiser. He had to stop.
I don't remember that, but I'm not saying that he's lying. He's probably telling the truth.
Okay. Mr. Hill, do you have any position on this?
I can assure you that that won't happen again.
It's not a good idea to
No.
try to kick out, it's not a smart thing.
Well,
I'm
the
not
law-
ready to arrest him. In fact,
He's a
I'm
big
gonna
guy.
start kicking the doors or the windows. I don't see what the advantage is in that.
No, I
There's
mean,
no advantage there.
I'm not sure what got into me that day, but I haven't had a day like that since, so I think it was an isolated incident.
Mr. Hill.
That would be quite an isolated incident.
Yeah.
But hopefully it doesn't continue to happen.
Yes.
This is a comparatively minor charge, Your Honor, but I want, this leads me to maybe the idea that Mr. Butts might have some substance abuse issues going on. And that's just based on my experience in this court. So I don't know whether this is a matter that would lead
Okay.
to the courts.
Good. Okay, that's a good observation. I'm gonna have you do a urine screen.
Okay.
Go do a urine screen, and that's my policy here pretty much. That's why we get a ton of people going to treatment, because I screen just about everybody, see what's going on.
So what do I
You're
gotta
gonna go
do?
with him, he's gonna get you a screen, and then you'll come back.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Cooper, we need Tiffany Phillips out of lockup too. Okay. State of Ohio recalls Tiffany Phillips, case number CRB 22680.
Your Honor, I believe part of his confusion was too, Mr. Linville, I think, did get some charges in mayor's court as well, but of course the felony had to come here, so
Okay.
I think that's part of his confusion.
Well, I find it confusing. I think mayor's court is confusing. It's not a good system. And Chief Justice Moyer, actually, the two Ohio Supreme Court Chief Justices back wanted to do away with all mayor's courts, and it was like an uprising. You can imagine how many little villages there are in the state. Politically, it was not feasible to do. Okay, so now we've got, you're from,
Brighter days, separate living.
okay, well, I'm gonna let her go, but I'm not happy about it, because I like for people to stay. I think you would understand as a treatment provider. We don't want people saying, hey, I got my feelings hurt, so I'm just gonna leave, or whatever reason, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna go to another facility. It's not good policy. I'm gonna accept your story as to how this happened, though, and give you a little bit of credit on it, and we'll try it again with brighter days. And you still have community service to do, if I'm
What's the days that you were talking about, the double days? I put it 100 times, but I'm sorry.
He'll give it to you. March 23rd, April 29th, those are the first two coming up. All right, yours is a newer case, so I'm not gonna have you come back as quick as the others, so we'll make it, May 1st. May 1st is your next review hearing. I need a report on May 1st as to how she's doing.
Problem.
And I like to have it in writing so it can go in the file. Or you can come in person. We have a lot of providers come in person.
One of us will be here.
Okay. May 1st, 9 a.m. is when she has to be back.
Thank you.
Okay, well,
We got that.
Bus. Okay, well, I'll take a recess because he's doing urine screening and we'll come back after we get the results. So, court's in recess.
Does the court need me to stay around for this one?
Unless you have something you really,
He said no unless you.
unless you got some burning desire to be here or whatever, but that's all you do. And I need those other files that I have when it's fire on. JT says he can be here, I want to copy some of the. He's going to put him in trash. Take pictures of it, send it to him. See other files.
You need me for anything else?
Windows.
Are you gonna go watch basketball?
We're working on that.
Watch basketball?
Yes, I am.
Mount was fired fixed.
Are there games on right now already or later?
Yep. They were playing now.
Oh, Sarah was his?
Yes,
Okay,
but he's
so let's
coming.
keep that.
But we've got him scheduled to come back on the 20th.
I'll say, okay, you gotta come back Friday.
Okay.
Your lawyer's still here.
And then we
He's got some other something. He
will
may still be here anyway.
What was in there?
All them treats, cookies.
That's pretty nice of you.
Kim, it's part of what we do.
I didn't realize that.
A lot of people with, especially with the little ones, like the lady with, they had little crackers in there and stuff for the kids and stuff.
Oh, Europe, you're just, oh, I thought you were going to say Europe. What's that case say? What's that say? Oh, okay, I have to go find them bill, so this might be it here. No, Linville had multiple. I gotta go find him for the judge.
Linville's got a ticket.
I'll go find him for the judge, I'll be right back.
What else we got going on now?
Nothing else goes in to the bills.
Are you sure?
Check the dates.
I'm
Make
sure
sure
they're
they're
all
all
changing
in.
these dates.
Nothing goes in, nothing goes in hers. No. No.
Okay, if you get signed, staggered.
Maybe.
Isn't that the truth? That's the truth. These people have no idea. That poor guy's getting tested right now. He's gonna light up like a tree.
Probably the way he acts.
Even though he's got one hand.
Yeah, get something.
It's a shame. But your whole life it went like that. Quit yawning, you're gonna make me sleep. It's hard not to today, isn't it?
Exactly.
It'd have been the perfect day not to come out of your house.
Just stand there.
Exactly. Just watch some TV.
Just kind of get up and lounge around.
Take a nap, eat, watch some good
Like TV is
movies.
not all